Welcome to the Out Topic Podcast. I'm Koba the Gorilla.
And I'm H.
And today we have a very, very special guest, my sister, Claudia. How you doing?
Hi, guys. Good. How are you guys?
Good.
Thanks for coming to my hood.
Thank you. We
After,
appreciate it here. We feel safer.
3 years later, you guys are making me come out.
No, well,
Finally.
the soldiers wanted to meet
You
the
guys
whole
have
Roswell family.
shitty hosts before, so I'm kind of shocked you guys.
Some I failed.
It took you 52 seconds to talk shit about someone.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's all good.
This is what it is.
New
I can't
record,
help
I
it.
think. So, yeah, guys, that's my sister Claudia. I'm the youngest of 4, and she's the second oldest. So, yeah, anyway, we're here just chopping it up in beautiful Habra. We feel safe here, huh?
Yeah, even though it's a rainy day, but we're safe.
We're like 123 episodes in. How soon did you care to be on it? Be honest. You don't gotta lie.
Not that I cared, but I thought it was, honestly, I think it's harder than people realize. Even as a host, I mean, as a guest, it's hard. I feel like people don't give credit to hosts like you guys podcast. Like, oh, it's a podcast.
Yeah.
Like, so anyone could do a podcast. Like, you hear that nowadays.
Correct.
And it's like, yeah, but it takes a lot. Money, time.
A lot of money.
Like, you guys got the sick ass whatever. I don't
It's
even know.
a
It
little
looks
box.
like a synthesizer.
It looks nice.
That's sick, yeah.
So it's definitely, I don't want to say, hey, you guys lagged to invite me, but at the same time, yes. But now that I'm here,
We were
we're
conscious
good.
about it.
I guess it's more perfect now, right?
Yeah.
It's like, okay,
Yeah.
maybe it took a while, but at this point, like, all right, like, I know my shit, you know? Thank God.
They actually, and I'm gonna say this, they actually went to go buy me a new mic. Cause
yeah.
For some, the other one, I don't know what happened to
That's
it.
how-
Because dad's singing.
We had a good production
He
team.
went to a little
Tough.
weekend getaway, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
they went to Best Buy. They drove, bought one just for me, so I appreciate that, guys.
Yeah,
No
no,
problem.
of course. We
You feel
needed one
special?
anyway. And then at first I was like, fuck, like, I'm going to look unprofessional. But fuck it, we needed a new one, you know?
Yeah,
So-
that's why it was a good investment today.
It's fine, but yeah, we've recorded here. Fun fact before. Do you know how many episodes we recorded here?
I know for sure Jose Leiva because
Yeah.
I was here.
Yeah, shout out to him.
Who I think someone like one time like someone like not postponed but like they couldn't make it
Yeah,
to you
when
guys.
your homie
I want to say
couldn't
maybe
make
like
it.
Oh,
3
yeah.
times you guys.
Yeah,
have?
we've done like 4 episodes here.
Oh, and then with
And then we
with
had done a
Jackie.
5th one, but then Cerebro Eric, he accidentally like deleted it.
Oh, he came here. Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know he came here. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I remember that day.
That's not very cerebro of him.
Yeah, no, I remember that day we were like kind of sickened because he loves to smoke pot, which is fine because I smoke pot too and you smoke too, but like a huevo quería fumar adentro. You weren't home, by the way. And then he was like, "Oh, could we blaze it inside?" And I'm like, "Nah, dude, like it's not."
I thought he was kidding at first. I'm like, wait, is this like, is he
we wouldn't-
serious?
Like if you have a pen,
Yeah,
then we don't
but, you
mind.
know,
But
he
if
had, like, a
if
blunt.
it's a joint, no.
Yeah.
Like, we don't,
Like,
sorry,
no,
we
we
don't
had
know.
joints
Let's
that
go
day,
outside.
yeah.
Yeah, and then he was like fucking with your persianas too, persianas, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, the
And
percent.
then he was just fucking with them, and then you were like, I can tell when he's annoyed. You know when you know someone, and you don't know
Yeah,
when
you
they're
can tell
annoyed?
they're uncomfortable or annoyed.
Yeah, like definitely, there's moments where I'm like, oh, like he's sickened, or I can tell I'm sickened, and like, or was like that. We're like that as a family, you know,
Yeah.
like we'll see someone and we'll be like, oh, like that asco, you know.
It's lost.
Yeah.
Or we want
I
to
know.
laugh, or
That was funny.
Yeah, dude. I was gonna ask you, what shirts do you think would be more sick? Like, I feel like our vocabulary as a family is pretty sick.
yeah.
Like, I was thinking of a mucha sangre shirt would be fucking.
That's
sick.
what
Or
asco, it's what
sangre.
asco.
Sangras mucho.
Eso
or-
asco.
Mucho, or-
Sangras mucho, mucha sangre. What other one?
I was gonna say regular.
Estás
Estás
asco.
feo, estás feo, eso da asco.
That's funny.
Yeah, pretty much that. But I feel like we would get. I just feel like people wouldn't understand our jokes.
Yeah, like Diana. You know what took a while for Diana to get?
What?
Which one?
Estás feo.
Oh,
And perro. Perro,
Oh, I was gonna say
perro
perro,
with her,
that's a
she would
good
be
one.
like,
But a lot of people use it.
really?
Yeah.
perro?
I
Yeah.
don't agree with that.
My uncle would use it all the time.
Maybe it's a Michoacan thing or something.
I guess
don't
it probably
know.
is. It probably is, to be
Yeah.
honest.
It
Yeah.
could be.
I know Vale is a Michoacan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is true. That is
Vale,
true.
vale.
Yeah,
Vale,
that's too
vale.
much for me.
That's too much for you?
Yeah.
The
we
I
don't-
is, but vale, yeah.
What's too we've talked about this before, like what's too like ranchero for you?
Okay, now that you said that, it was funny because we went to. It was one time when I went with Mom and Carlos to Jack in the Box. And I was like, I don't know what I ordered. And I was like, oh, le estoy amarrando or something. I said, le estoy amarrando mucho, meaning like that means I'm eating a lot, right?
Yeah.
Amarrando is just like a word.
Wait,
we
who
use.
said it? Who said it?
I
though?
said that.
Ah.
And then I was like, oh, voy a embijar. And then, you know, they give you barbecue ranch or
Yeah.
whatever. So I was like, oh, voy a embijar mis papas with the sauce. I'm gonna dip my
Like, she's
fries
gonna
to the
drown
sauce.
them. Yeah.
And then my mom looked at me. She's like, "Hablas bien ranchera, right?"
Yeah.
And then I was like, and then what did I tell her? What did I say? Oh, and then I said, "Tan siquiera no digo aceptar," because you know how like aceptar, like she does it for some reason. I don't know if it's a Michoacan thing or where she's from, but she cannot say aceptar
She can't
with
do
the P.
Yeah.
So she goes aceptar, and then Carlos fucking like died, like, and she just looked at me and she's like, she knew like, oh, you fucking got me, like, like you got me good, you know. And I was like, yeah, like don't
a moment of silence, like,
yeah, because she told me that I was talking too much like my dad, like very, very just Michoacano. I'm
well,
like,
so I've noticed some pueblos have different like words that they pronounce different actually. So I don't know if that's just from that state or in different states. I think it's just from different states. Like every state has their own little things where they kind of change it up a little, like a little slang, you know?
Yeah, definitely. And but that was just funny. I caught my mom off guard.
That's funny.
Do you think for sure, like, okay, I feel like mom could take the heat compared to other moms, but I feel like definitely out of all of us, she's the softest one. And there's nothing wrong with that because she's like a really sweet lady.
Yeah.
But would you agree that all this shit talking, all the bits we do comes from our dad's side?
Oh.
Like we get our humor from our dad, don't you think?
Definitely from my dad, but I don't know. Like I feel our uncles, some of our uncles are pretty funny. Like my Uncle Juan's funny.
Yeah, Uncle Juan's fucking cool. It's the one
I
you
actually
like.
talked to him the other day. He called me because he was like, hey, like, what do you suggest about Italy? It was pretty cool, just chatting it up. And he's like, oh, whenever you guys want to come for tacos. But I think,
He's really
honestly...
Cool.
Yeah, Tio Juan, shout out to him.
The buff one, right?
Yeah,
he's fucking badass. He's fucking
my
badass.
favorite out of them. But I mean, anyways, but regardless, I think my dad's pretty funny. My dad is just unintentionally funny. Right now, we were talking about there was a Metro PCS commercial when you guys were and then just Carlos like, remember dad? And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, remember he would go. Wow, wow, wow. Well, what's it like? Hello.
Oh, I love.
But he would do it.
But he would go, wow, 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 wow.
Oh, yeah. There you go. You said it better than me. I watched that. He would go, wow, 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 wow. Just randomly, just burst it out. Not even when the commercial would pop up. Yeah. And then one time, another funny moment of my dad. Now that I'm talking about dad funny moments. So you remember back then, it was like 2009, 2010. So remember back then the phones, like the flip phones, they had if you enter the internet, it charges you or like for whatever. I don't know how it was. And then one time, like he grabbed his phone and I guess he pressed like the mundo. I had like a mundo, right?
I remember. And it would be loading.
He clicked on it and he just went, Bote, me trae el internet. And he literally throws the phone across the room and it hits the wall and it slams. He freaked the fuck out because he opened the internet on the phone. But he just threw it. Like, he didn't give a fuck.
That was his answer.
Yeah, like, ¿qué hago? And he just, like, threw it.
You know, I remember he goes, ¿qué hago, Bote? No sé qué hacer. And he threw it. Like, why?
He freaked out. And then we would mess with him. We would put the Office theme song as his ringtone.
Oh, yeah, we'd fucking his ringtone.
I don't know. I think we get it. Honestly, I think we get it from our dad's side.
Yeah, and mom could be funny, but she's a mom at the end of the day. Like, I feel like mom will always give you that speech of, like, oh, no más se burlan de mí, you know? Yeah. And it's fine. Like I said, she's a sweet, older lady now. She's
so
old.
I'm interested because, like, for Henry, your mom, your parents are also from Michoacan, right? Yeah. How's your mom, like, when it comes to, I guess, taking jokes or comedy or delivery, I guess?
Yeah, I think she takes it pretty good. I just don't have a lot of communication with them. That's why it's pretty hard, you know? I don't know. But I think she takes jokes good and shit. Or she could say something back to me, too, if I do.
Do you ever just, like, talk to her randomly about a joke, or it has to come like naturally?
It has to come naturally.
Oh, okay. So you don't like pop up like a fun fact to your mom or anything like that. Okay,
yeah, but they're all naturally.
Yeah, like when you say you don't communicate with your parents much, like is it because just like, you know, you reach to a point where I do agree, like when you're a kid, everything gets run by your parents, you know?
Yeah.
Like pick me up from school, take me to school, even with your first job, right? Pick me up, I'm off at this time. And then when you're older and you're an adult, I do agree with you. Like the communication is less and less and less. Would you say it's more because of like life, or is it like? Because I know you don't like beef with your parents.
No,
you know?
I think it's life.
Yeah,
I think it's just more like you don't have the same time like anybody else. You know.
Yeah, definitely.
But also, you should appreciate those moments that you have them alive right now at the moment.
Because your dad talks shit. Because I've heard your dad.
He talks shit. He talks shit. Yeah.
Yeah, your dad. One time he said that. That I get drunk quick. He was like, El Esteban con 4 tecates estuvo, ya está borracho.
Because we're drinking Tecate lights that day.
But that was when I was like, I think I was like first starting to drink.
Yeah.
And so I would get fucked up, and I would like sometimes like make a fool even. I didn't make a fool at his house.
Nah, he never did.
But it was definitely like Like, even mom says, like, no sabes tomar.
Estás emocionado because you're like, I'm just getting into it. You're just young and you don't really know how to control
exactly.
it.
Like, even right now, when we were watching the game, I noticed I drank my 2 Coors pretty quickly. And then I was like, okay, like, I'm gonna chill. You know, like, it's still early. Like, we don't need to fucking do that. But anyway, getting back to it, maybe it is a dad thing because, like I said, his dad is pretty funny, you know?
Yeah.
Like, his dad is like, and he'll like rip on like his kids, like he'll make like jokes and shit.
They're
you know what I'm
observant.
saying? Like,
More my brother though, not me.
Yeah, he like roasts his brother, like
funny.
one time we were like grilling, like carne asada, and then his brother like never comes out. And then I was like, oh, no le vas a guardar un plato a...
You were worried about pig.
Yeah, I was like, no le vas a guardar un plato a Ricky. Because I was eating a lot. Because he eats a lot. And I eat a lot.
Yeah.
And then...
Well, we had a
like,
lot.
Yeah. And then my thing was like, oh, no le quiero dar piso. And he was like, oh, él puede tomar agua de la llave. Like, he didn't give a fuck. Like, he literally said that.
He said he could survive.
Yeah, like, he didn't give a fuck. And... Yeah, dude, I remember, like, one time his autistic cousin, because, they look like the twins from Breaking Bad. They're, like, two bald kids. Remember, like, when they're kids? Yeah, when drowns them. And he's literally like, okay, so I serve myself, and I have my plate in the kitchen, and his families are so funny, dude. And I have my plate in the kitchen, and then his dad tells me, oh, ya salieron las costillas. I was waiting on costillas, and I was like, oh, sick, let me go get costillas. So I leave my plate, right? And I come back, and his fucking Breaking Bad cousin is eating my salchicha, like,
how's he eating it?
He's literally eating like this.
Sideways.
Wait,
Like,
they're
from my
little?
plate, como perro.
No.
They're like
At
8.
that time, that one that did it, he was like 12.
He was like 12 already.
Maybe.
And he's eating my chorizo like this, like from my
Sideways.
plate, like that. And I'm like, and I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it because I didn't know he was autistic, right? So I was just like,
It shocked you?
I was like, what the fuck
You're
is
like,
he doing?
what's going
Because
on?
there's a lot of food, dude.
But I was like, what the fuck? Like,
Probably, what was it, a weenie, a sausage?
It
it was like the salchicha, the spicy ones.
What he liked the way it would look.
Yeah,
They-
but-
they like autistic people, like they enjoy certain
shapes.
Yeah, certain shapes.
Oh,
like,
really?
Colors. No, for real.
That's
no,
so
they
gay
do.
that you enjoy that shape, you know?
So I wonder. I
Like,
don't know,
it's
maybe
super
he's like
bad.
the whole, maybe he's like, damn, this guy needs a break or
But
something.
also, it's in somebody else's plate, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
it's like,
how level of autistic is that?
and then
where,
I kind of felt bad rajándolo. I'm like, cause I told him, hey, like that's
it
his
was
plate.
Ricky that caught him. He was like, hey, I don't know his name. Let's say his name's Angel. It's not Angel.
Hector.
Hey, Hector. He's eating
Hector
Koba.
Salamanca?
You're eating Koba. Oh, that's so hilarious. That's so hilarious, dude. That's literally his name. And I was like, oh, it's cool. Like, I wasn't mad, but I was just like,
It just threw you off.
what the fuck, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just so crazy. Like, families are so crazy because it's fucking cliche, but like everyone's family is fucking different. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
of
Like,
course.
to me, it blows my mind when they're like, oh yeah, like, oh, él es borracho.
Now,
Or
you
él
know-
es- or like whatever, or él es drogadito. And then there's like, it's normal to them. And I'm not even saying this because it's like sad or anything, but I'm saying like, where with us, it's like, that would be a big deal.
You know what
I'm
blows my
saying?
mind?
Imagine I get deeper and I'll start crying.
Nah,
Yeah.
I get it.
When the whole family doesn't drink
You gotta play a
alcohol.
sad song.
I know. I don't have sad songs because that's
Dang.
fucking lame, you know? I only have the badass
put it
intro.
up.
You
And then
fuck with
our-
the intro?
Yeah, the intro's pretty sick.
Yeah.
I thought, for some reason, I thought it was the one Hoser sent you that one time.
No, that
You
was
never
so
used
long
it?
ago. I didn't know how
Nah,
to
it
do
was
shit back
cool.
then.
You should
But
have it.
what were
Go
you
ahead.
gonna say?
Sorry.
To me, it's crazy when the whole family doesn't drink alcohol, or like when none of them do.
Do you have like Cristiano family members that do that?
They're not Cristiano, but se creen and they think like if you drink, they make you less. I have a couple people like that in the family.
Yeah?
Oh, really?
I'll tell you who it is.
Yeah, no, you can tell me.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But it's
no,
like, bro, like
yeah, to me that's like crazy. I also, you know what trips me out too? Speaking of families, like Jose never smoked weed in front of me, and I know it's because he feels weird about it. And I knew he smoked weed, and at that point, it was when we lived in Best. I was smoking weed openly,
Yeah.
you know. And then I remember one time I was smoking. He probably doesn't even remember that. I was smoking and I was with Chata, and then he was like, "Oh, let me take a hit. I can't sleep." And I was like, "Cool." And then I give him the joint, and it's already lit. And instead of just hitting it, like he goes to the shadow where I can't see him, and he like does it. And he's like, "I feel
I think
weird."
it's maybe just automatic response.
Yeah,
That
Maybe he thinks like, oh, I'm a bad influence right now.
yeah.
Like you're watching me, it's weird. Like
But
you're
I'm
my
already
little
doing
brother.
it.
Yeah,
but I think in his mind, it's more like I still gotta keep my commitment,
Yeah.
even though
Yeah.
'cause
you're
he's
you
the
know.
oldest brother.
Like to me, it's a trip when brothers like openly do like cocaine together.
Yeah,
Like,
That's
I've had-
crazy.
I've gone, like we have friends that like, oh yeah, like here, do a line, or this is your line, and they're just like,
they cut the.
oh yeah,
line.
my brother's getting some blow right now, and I'm like, okay,
Fuck.
that's cool. Like I don't care. I could see people do blow in front of me all day. I don't give a fuck. But it's definitely like, okay, there's a difference with like, okay, like me and Hoser where he doesn't even want to smoke weed in front of me, and there's another one where like, okay, here's a $1 bill, like you hit that shit next.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh fuck, that's like fucking like, because if you notice, like we never talk about like explicit shit.
No. We
like,
don't.
I remember
sometimes like for like, and it's not even that deep or anything.
It's just like I would never tell you like, oh, I had some bomb sex yesterday. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, like I've never.
No, it's not even because like I'm your sister. I feel like you don't even talk like that with Carlos or Jose.
Yeah, what I'm saying with siblings, right?
Or even with me, like not even with like homies like me, you know?
Yeah. He's not explicit at all.
Yeah.
Like he's very like he'll say like, oh yeah, that girl's hot, but he's never like, oh hey, like, look at this girl.
But that's just his personality. That's who he is.
Yeah, definitely. And then I also, because like I remember Ezekiel one time told me like, yeah, fool, like when Michael lost his virginity, like he told me right away. I guess he was excited, and I'm like, and I'm not judging that he told his big brother that maybe it's a different relationship. But I always thought that was a trip when he's like I don't ever talk about sex with my siblings. Like I don't know, that's like weird to me.
It's weird to me. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I don't even talk
weird.
like that with my friends either.
No,
I'm very private.
Hey,
Yeah.
fool, tell me the details.
Yeah, it's nobody's business. Huh? Do people ever like? I feel like it's more uncomfortable for girls when guys or even other girls want to take liberties with conversations. Like, have you ever like been asked something like weird and you just shut that shit down? Because I feel like you're the type of person to shut shit down.
Yeah, when I used to work at Home Depot, there was this one guy, you know, the Mr. Brown guys, like the undercover people. Yeah, the LP. And I hated. I just never liked him. I always thought he was fucking annoying, and he was the worst LP of all time. Like se escondía como, you know, in the middle base. Mm-hmm. Like that guy was hella big. Like he wasn't even athletic big. He was just like a big guy.
You just hear him breathing.
Yeah.
His pants would fall.
And he would legit like squat and like huddle. Like he would like squat, but super obvious. Like he would go like that, like cover his like, yeah, like the worst fucking LP of all time. Like you could see that guy's like the fucking undercover. Anyways, whatever. He was the worst. And one time he was talking to some girl, and I don't know what he asked her, but it was very inappropriate, like about like, I think it was like oral sex or something. And then she answered, and then he laughed, and then he came up to me. He's like, "Oh, Claudia, how do you prefer?" And I was like, first, I literally went up like with my finger.
You put a finger up,
I looked at him and I went like that, and I was like, our friend, we don't talk like this. Like, do not talk to me. Don't ask me. Like, we're not cool like that.
Yeah.
Like, do not ever ask me these type of questions. I'm uncomfortable and it's inappropriate. And then he just went, oh, like that? I didn't know you were one of those. And I'm like, I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but I don't want to talk to you anymore. And I just literally, like, ignored him. So, yeah, there's people that are like, why the fuck do you care? Like,
yeah.
It's just, I don't know. I just don't care. First of all, I never liked them, like I said. So it was kind of, like, uncomfortable already. And I was just like, fuck off, dude. Like, you're not even hot. Like, what do you care about my private life, you know?
Yeah. I'm like that, too, where even if it's, like, not about me, like, there was a time where, one time when I was a law tech, this kid was like, he asked me something about sex and it had to do with, like, specifically Diana. And I literally told him, and I was like, and you could believe me because you know how I am. I was like, do me a favor and don't never talk about my girlfriend in that light ever again. Yeah. And I told him that, and I told him because I'm stupid and I don't want to do anything stupid. Yeah. And he was like, oh, but, well, we're boys. It's just between us. And I was like, nah, dude, like that. To me, like, I'm not trying to be fucking lame, but like I respect my girlfriend enough to where I'm not gonna tell people shit about her. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
It's why. What's the point?
Like I would never even in high school, like it would trip me out. People would be like, "Oh, look, she sent me a nude. Look," and then they'll send the nudes out and shit. Like to me, that's like you're like a little kid. Like no sabes respetar, you know? Yeah. That's like to me, that's like rancho shit. Mm-hmm. Like speaking of like what's like ranchero shit, like being explicit like that. Like I don't know. Like I don't give a fuck. Like I don't know. It's pretty weird, but yeah, I was always glad that, like, at least you never brought up Wednesdays like that, you know? Like, whenever I heard, like, oh, my sister got pregnant, and they're, like, 16, like, wouldn't that be a trip? Yeah. Like, I don't know, like, or, like, oh, yeah, that's this dude's sister, and I'd be like, fuck. But I guess that's kind of sexist on my end, because men could be like that, too, you know? Yeah, honestly, I mean, in high school, I never hung out with people like that. Like, I mean, I hung out with Noemi, like, Jose's sister. Yeah. And we were always, like, chill. Yeah, shout out to she was always really cool. Shout out to Noemi. And Adriana, but you guys, you know, we're always like pretty leveled. And then even now, so at work, I keep my boundaries with people. I obviously like to joke, and if I ever joke with like that, is with my husband. Like we're funny. I think he's like he's my best friend, so it's definitely like he's the one I could only joke about those things. But I mean, there's nothing wrong with talking to your friends like that. I get it, but it's just it just depends how you grew up. I think, and just don't bring other people that you don't know like that into the conversation.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like one of those things, but.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like, do you think that's true? Like, oh, I married my best friend. Like, 100%. You think that?
Yeah, me personally, I did. I know there's people that they did not marry their best friend, which is fine. Sometimes you need that, like if you're if you're a female, like you need that female friendship. Which I have friends, but it's not the same. It's just you need to have that personal. Like you go through a lot with your partner, so you have to have that support emotionally. Yeah. And I think for him, you guys, I mean, you've known Gio since you were 13?
I was 12.
Damn.
So I mean, I've been with Gio since I was 18, and I'm now 31. So.
I was 12, yeah. Hoser hooked you up, huh?
Oh, yeah. Hoser was the first one. Hoser was the... According to... Well, my mom thinks that Gio tried to get his way in through Hoser. That's what my mom thinks. That's her theory. But I don't think so. I really think Hoser and Gio hit it off pretty naturally as friends. They would come and drink after work. We would get off like at 2 a.m. And then they would come to our back house. We used to live in a back house. And they would drink... outside like a Bud Light or whatever, and then I would just come out and be like, hey, what's up? But I would never kick it, and then eventually it just started building up. But definitely Hoser and Gio were like best friends.
How did he set it up?
What do you mean?
How did he set it up?
The story, like maybe like your first date or something.
Oh yeah. Oh no, you asked that. Well, basically it was pretty much, if I remember correctly, remember the Karina's Tacos, the truck?
I think it's still there, no?
I think so. Yeah. And then one time Hoser and I got off, or we were off work that day, I think, and then Jose was like, hey, like, let's go get tacos. Because for some reason, Jose and I were like we were like best friends back then. Like, Jose and I, we were like super best friends. I was going through my Facebook wall, whatever you want to call it. And I was like, damn, Jose and I used to be so like fucking gay, like to meet each other. We'll be like, I beat you hardcore. Like at night, like I won. Remember, like whoever didn't go to sleep. I won the battle. We were just like messing each other. It's not a good
contest, you know?
I know. So anyways. So Jose and I would do things together a lot. And then the one night he's like, oh, let's go get tacos. So then he's like, hey, call Gio. Jose's like, call Gio, tell him if you want some tacos. And I'm like, he's working. He's like, well, just call him, see if he answers. So then I called Gio. I'm like, hey, do you like some tacos? We're at Karina's. And he's like, hey, Miss Razzo. Yeah, I would like some tacos or whatever. So then we go and then we pull up and we pulled up. He was already off. And then abre su troca, la de atrás. ¿Cómo se dice la?
Cajuela.
No, not cajuela.
Oh, how the seats go like
I don't
forward?
know what you call it, the trunk.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Whatever. And he opens it, so we hop on, and we're all like eating tacos and whatnot.
Did he have a Tacoma already?
He did have a Tacoma. It was when it was new.
Oh shit!
He bought a new. So that night he's like, hey, we should all like plan a date to go bowling or whatnot and whatever. Ended up being that everybody flaked, and I was already dating somebody. I already had a boyfriend, I guess you could say, and I think he has a girlfriend or dating somebody. And then at the end of the day, I thought we were all flaking. And then he calls me that day. He's like, hey, I'm outside. And I'm like, what? Like, and then I told Jose, he's fucking outside. Like, I freaked the fuck out. I freaked out. He's like, well, I can't go. He had to do something. We had to work. I don't know. He had to do something. So then I'm like, what the fuck am I going to do? He's like, you can't ditch him. That's fucked up. So then he's like, just go with him. Yeah. And I'm like, okay. So then he walks me out. Jose walks me out. And then I told Gio, like, the off lake. He's like, I'm down to go just me and you. And I'm like, okay. So we go bowling and then King Taco, and that's how it all started. Just from that bowling and King Taco night. But it was Jose that I know Jose has something to do with it too.
Yeah,
badass coach.
That's definitely like a good setup. Like I feel like that's for sure like a good story, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know he told it at the wedding when he gave us promo. How dare you not let me do a speech? Were you worried?
I thought you were.
No, I just didn't want a lot of people to. Because I feel like people
because
get
it was
bored
time
of speeches.
too, right? Like the
because we had a timeline to run through, and then I always feel like speeches, like people just want to drink, you know,
or they just want to make that about themselves.
No. I'm saying like people as the people watching,
they just want to have fun.
They want to have fun, and they don't want to listen to speeches.
At least too many, yeah.
Because it was obviously Gio's dad, my mom,
and then
Jose,
Gio's best friend.
Yeah.
So 5 speeches.
Yeah, that was good.
And honestly, maybe we did low-key fear that you...
I feel like you feared I was going to be fucked up.
It was probably Gio, not me.
I got fucked up at the end for sure. But it was already like...
we drink a lot.
Was fucked up already.
I know. You see, I wish I could relive it. It was too fast for me. I'm hoping that you guys had fun.
Oh,
like
we
had a lot. Bar was like
the
my main
steak
thing.
was bomb.
The steak was bomb?
Fuck yeah.
The open bar was sick.
Yeah. We took advantage of it. Because I know you guys paid a lot.
Oh, and then we still bought a 24-pack at the hotel.
Oh, shit.
We're animals, dude.
And then we smoked like 2 packs.
Yeah.
We're like Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
In the hotel?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just like partying.
Like indie wrestlers.
Yeah, it was crazy. Have you ever heard that story of Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon?
I probably. Maybe
when they tell the story, because obviously Scott Hall. Well, you like wrestling, so I'll tell you this story. Razor Ramon and Scott Hall, Scott Hall is his real name, and Shawn Michaels, that they would do like a bunch of coke and pills and drink. And then they'd be like this at the end of the night, and he'd be like, "Hey, Sean, your heart's still beating?" And he'd be like, "Yeah." And I'd be like, "Here, take another pill."
That's
and I'm like,
crazy.
"Fuck." So we always joke around. Like, oh, we were Scott Hall and Shawn Michaels there.
Who was Shawn Michaels from the two?
Oh, they were both fucked up. We were both fucked up. But
I'm saying, just who would you rather be?
I feel like you're Shawn Michaels.
Probably
Like, as a personality.
Ramon. Well, not only because he's bigger and I'm smaller.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking shit. It's more like
I've been obsessed with like Shawn Michaels. Like,
he's fucking
I've
badass.
Shawn Michaels, like in his prime, Shawn Michaels was like, he would always be like the hottest wrestling superstar in my opinion.
Hottest like physically,
like badass. He didn't give a fuck, and a great wrestler.
Yeah.
He
had two primes. He had the prime in the 90s, and then he retired because his back was fucked. And then he became a Christian. He beat addiction.
The mid 2000s
when Triple H was like world heavyweight champion.
I remember.
And remember we would hate it because Triple H would always win.
Yes.
Yeah, and then it was like I guess we could talk about wrestling for a bit. Like, you know that look that like Shawn Michaels had when he was tired and everything hurt,
and he would get up,
he would get up and he would literally he would like pin someone and win, but he would look so tired. Like he was so good at selling.
Yeah,
you know, like that's like I feel like people that don't get wrestling, like they don't get that like when wrestlers are good, they can emit emotion like that from you and get you emotionally
with them.
Yeah, with them.
You feel what they're
and you
feeling.
want them to win. You know who I think is really good at that? Sami Zayn. Like Sami Zayn does the Rocky Balboa vibe, like I will not lose, like type of shit. Yeah, like
fighter, like a champ,
fight till I die.
Whatever it takes type of guy.
Because you watched that Gunther match, right?
Yeah, I did. I'm not a big fan of Sami Zayn, but I mean,
we saw him in NXT.
Remember? No, I know. Yeah. I like Sami Zayn. I just don't really. I don't know. There's something about him.
He's good for the business.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess. But I'm just thinking. But you're right. Like when it comes to like the way he doesn't give up emotion wise, like showing his emotion, expressing that. Yeah, you're right. He's very like that, and I think people love that about him. Yeah, he's very open about what he's going through. I mean, you don't know. Yeah, or just the acting or the storyline or whatever. He's very dedicated. So yeah, I guess. But I mean, to me, like I honestly, Shawn Michaels is like my for sure
he's top
3.
Yeah.
Like up there.
Number 1.
There's a reason they all say he's the GOAT, like all the wrestlers, and also too, like speaking about like how you thought he was hot, like. Have you ever seen, like, it's not even just one video, like, the moments where he's just by the barricade, like, girls grab him.
Oh, I know.
And they kiss him, and, like...
He was like the Elvis of wrestling.
Yeah, like, they literally grab him, the barricades fall, like, he's like a rock star, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. His song, the way, the earrings he would wear,
he would dress like
hair.
The 90s outfit was badass, yeah.
And have you ever seen, there's a funny video where some guys, like, they're chanting, he's in Canada. And they go, Sean is gay, because Bret Hart writes Canadian.
Oh, yes.
And then he goes, why don't you ask your wives and your daughters how gay Shawn Michaels is? And everyone's just fucking quiet. Yeah. And they start booing the fuck out of him.
Shawn Michaels is
and it's like, yeah, dude, like, he's not. And Triple H tells stories like, he'd wear the earrings and the cap and it'd be like, oh, he's a little, like, fruity, you know? And it was also back in the day because they used to like that.
Exactly. And that's the thing. Back in the day, if you wore earrings or if you wore pink, red, or whatever, you're like, oh, you're gay. And that's what I'm saying. Shawn Michaels took that. He started I guess not the trend.
I think he was ahead of his time a little too.
I agree. Yeah, you're right. That's what we were saying, that he was ahead of his time.
Yeah, he was ahead of his time.
I think he was too.
Like he was like, hey, I can be sexy and
like
hot,
it doesn't like give my look to you, but it's also something that's very attracting to the females viewers.
He would come out like with his hair and then like shaking his ass, like basically stripping. You know?
Like a stripper. Yeah. Like a heterosexual man.
He was so good.
But looking.
Did you fuck with WrestleMania this year? You liked it or what?
I did actually. Well, I got back from Vegas on Sunday that day.
Nice.
So I only caught the last night.
Oh, okay.
And then which is probably like the main event basically, right? Yeah. I mean, I missed the women's. Is it Rhea?
Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch.
Sorry. Rhea, I missed that one, and then. But anyways, I was waiting for like the Cody Rhodes to finish the story.
What you think about that?
Honestly, it was great. I liked it. Do you mean like the end, or do you mean as him at winning?
In general, did you like Roman Reigns losing? Did you think it was time for Cody to win, or what did you think?
I wanted Roman to.
Really?
I wanted Roman to beat Hulk Hogan's record.
Yeah, me too.
I really don't like the Hulk Hogan.
What's Hulk Hogan's record?
I do like Hulk Hogan.
Was he close? Like very close to it?
Like a month away.
He's kind of like a joke.
Hulk Hogan? I think
even as in his prime, I was never like, oh fuck yeah, Hulk Hogan. Like Hulk Hogan was never like.
I think in his prime he did it perfect, but they just overplayed him, which is I don't think it's his fault either.
That's true.
But it could be his fault too, where he was forcing himself into TNA into all these promotions later in the years. But I think, Hulk Hogan did so much.
I feel like you can't blame a guy. I feel like it's more Vince McMahon's fault than it is Hulk Hogan's fault. Because si te ofrecen Shit,
not gonna say
I'll
no.
fucking make $2 million a year.
Even though you know you're not in your best,
Yeah,
but
like,
I mean,
fuck
I'm not
it.
gonna say no to 2 million, 3
I can
million,
work out a little bit, hop on some steroids, and I'll do the fucking thing, and
and the leg drop.
You know, definitely. Yeah, they had like 3 moves back then and shit.
Scoop slam, leg drops.
I enjoyed it. It was cool. I was expecting Stone Cold to come out.
Yeah.
Why
But
didn't he? Is there any rumors why?
Because I think they couldn't get into a deal for money or something like that.
I heard another, because I'm a fucking wrestling nerd, I heard another rumor that Stone Cold thought que estaban muy arrimados todos, and he didn't want to be like the 5th guy. Where like I heard something where like Stone Cold will be the guy that saves it, but he won't be the 5th guy that saves it. I heard it was more of a position thing than it was a money thing.
What do you mean though? Because like a lot of people came out in that moment.
Exactly. I feel like what I heard is that he thought it was too arrimados, and Stone Cold, if he's not the guy, he won't even be there. Which I believe.
So it is also maybe Stone Cold has a little what's it called?
Pride, ego.
Little ego,
which he earned it.
Which yeah, he has it. Like I don't blame him for thinking that.
And I also heard it was part of like I don't want to take it away from Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's him just being a dick. I think it was also like, okay, well, if you have 10 people save Cody Rhodes, then did Cody Rhodes really finish the story, or is it really about Cody Rhodes? Like to me, Undertaker didn't make sense. I agree with you. If it wasn't Stone Cold, I feel like why Undertaker?
Undertaker wasn't even ready. He was in a hoodie.
If you're like an OG wrestling fan, you knew Undertaker. I mean, Stone Cold and The Rock. It was this like ongoing beef every single time.
Yeah,
like, who do you go for?
Or it would make sense not having Undertaker.
Of course, like Undertaker was like, okay, Undertaker, like who's gonna beat this guy, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what that was, a streak. But it didn't make sense to me why the Undertaker came out. It was still cool though, but
yeah,
I mean, it was cool. Like I think I got the chills. I was like, oh my god, like
you hear the bell, you feel it.
Yeah, it was awesome. And seeing heel The Rock, I personally love heel Rock.
That was
my
cool.
favorite.
Yeah,
and I liked it. It was fun. Dio was just like, oh, like what is this? And he was just having a good time with like talking about shit about CM Punk, and he was just mocking CM Punk and whatnot. But we enjoyed it. We like wrestling.
Yeah.
You know, Diana says you laugh just like me.
Yeah.
And then I also asked Nia, and then she was like, "You guys all laughed the same," and she thought it was a trip because we do laugh like right? Would you agree with that?
I would agree. Nah, not annoying.
No?
Yeah.
It's just exactly.
You laugh like a dude. Yeah, it's like a
That's
funny.
fucked up.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Really?
And then Nia literally told me, she was like, "Fuck, dude, like she laughs just like you." And I asked Diana, she was like, "Yeah, she kind of does." And then I was like, "Yeah, like shout out Diana."
Hi,
And then
Diana. She's an angel, by the way. I call her Angel. I always text Esteban with the little angel emoji.
Angel emoji.
But I just texted her, I know you're with, and then the little angel.
Yeah, the angel, yeah. But did you think, so you're cool with Roman losing his belt? I guess it was time already.
Yeah, it was time. Because I don't want to see it a third time, like Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns.
Yeah, that would have been annoying already.
So it was like, okay, beat him. And then I don't know what he's going on with his like health. You know,
I
I don't know if
you're
there's
right.
something.
Yeah.
There has to be more around, in real
I
life.
think he did his time though. Like I think
Out of
he did
wrestling.
so much for it too throughout
He definitely helped.
his championship
People
career,
were
especially.
like commenting on The Rock's post because like I follow The Rock, on Instagram, and people are like, oh, you brought wrestling back to.
No.
And it's like, okay, I'm gonna say
You think he
this.
did?
No. I people that
Oh.
all just know about The Rock,
Yeah.
but they have not seen Roman Reigns kick ass and elevate the
Oh, yeah,
company.
100%.
I thought Koba was saying that The Rock
No,
actually.
No,
She's
Roman
cooking.
Reigns
No, yeah.
definitely was the one that started it, that brought it back
Correct.
up. Because Roman Reigns was always a good guy. Okay.
They hated him. Remember we
boring.
used to hate him?
We used to hate him because he was boring.
Vince
I always
McMahon
thought
wanted
he was
him to
so
be a
boring.
babyface.
I thought he was so boring. Like, this guy has potential. Like, he's huge. Like, make him something. So eventually they changed it and he did it. And for me personally, he brought wrestling back into what it's now. The Rock, of course, helped, but it wasn't The Rock. Like, I hate to read that. Like,
I
it was not
agree
The
with
Rock.
you, and I'm so glad you're fucking cooking. And see, there's still a wrestling fan inside you. We'll always be wrestling fans, at the end of the day. But I agree with you. Like, to me, that's like, how dare you? Like, they were selling out shows before The Rock. They were breaking ratings before The Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, right? He's gonna bring new people in or bring old people back. But in reality, like, Roman Reigns has been like you said, kicking ass since COVID. With no crowd. Like, you know how much that sucks, wrestling with no crowd? Every wrestler hated that. Like, that fucking sucks. And we can go into the Drew McIntyre thing now, where Drew McIntyre had main evented a COVID WrestleMania, and he said that, like, it depressed him because he finally got his moment. He beats Brock Lesnar for the belt, but there's no crowd.
Yeah.
And he didn't get to share that with his family. And then so when he won, Remember, he was crying.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh, this heel. He came in as a heel, but then they did a double turn where now he's crying, and now his girlfriend was there, and it was like a really cute moment. And they cashed in on him. Did you fuck with that a lot or not?
Wait, for WrestleMania you're talking about?
Yeah, this WrestleMania.
How Damian Priest cashed in on him.
I liked it for like purpose of like wrestling, bringing back, for example, Punk.
Just to hide
right?
Yeah, Punk. Yeah.
It was cool to see heel Punk in that other moment, but honestly, I kind of felt bad for him.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, how crazy is that you felt bad for the heel? Like, that's good, you know?
But it's funny. It's a good story.
I think he'll get his moment again.
I like the, what is it, bisexual Undertaker?
Yeah, Damian Priest. They call Damian Priest bisexual Undertaker.
I like bisexual Undertaker, so it's cool.
I don't think Damian Priest's championship reign will last long. I don't know why.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
It probably won't, but there's also this new obsession where people expect every title reign to break records, where not everyone needs to have that Roman Reigns.
I'm not saying they're going to be Roman Reigns, but I think like Drew has to get it back somewhere, one way or another.
I guess people are saying that it's different because it's like people of color that are champions. Well, basically, because I guess Bailey is some
but I'm not
type of
looking
Latino
at that.
or something Hispanic, and then I think Cody Rhodes has like a Cuban mom or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
So it's like, oh, okay, Latinos representing.
I guess, but I'm not even thinking about that right now. I'm just thinking about.
It's like, what is Triple H gonna do? That's kind of where I feel like Triple H needs to like you in a way.
Triple H is an open-minded person comparing to Vince McMahon.
Yeah, but I feel like Vince McMahon was definitely racist.
Vince McMahon was just like, fuck, if you're not white, you're not getting a championship.
Yeah. If you're not Rey Mysterio, there's
or
like,
Eddie.
Yeah, like it's been told many times where like if Vince McMahon, if you weren't Rey Mysterio or Eddie Guerrero, you weren't a Mexican that could draw money for him, because he loved Eddie and Rey so much that like, cool, you're Mexican, you have good matches. Well, you're not Rey. You know what I'm saying? You're not Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah.
And I think that's like not fair, because like we have like Andrade now, Charlotte's husband.
Oh,
you see him? Yeah. You probably didn't see him, but he's like really good. And
he's
they have,
fucking
like,
badass.
All these
him on Instagram.
Oh yeah, all these Mexican guys, and they're fucking sick. And where Triple H has said it, where they asked him, how come Japanese and like Mexican wrestlers don't get over in WWE? And then he like, I know for a fact, reading reports, that Triple H takes that personally. Like, nah, like, I believe in them.
Yeah.
And, like, and you'll see them showcased, you know? So I do think that's cool, too, like, representation and shit.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what Triple H
He's been doing great, huh?
Yeah, I've always loved Triple H.
Yeah.
The production is getting better, too, in WWE.
Yeah, the production, the cameras.
They fired one of Vince's guys again, huh?
Well, one of Vince's guys, he quit. Kevin Dunn, he's been there like 40 years. Not to bore you with all the details, but I do get a lot of requests for WrestleMania reviews, so that's why we're talking about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay,
so,
I'm glad. I don't want to say we're talking too
nah,
much.
Especially because also it was this week this past Sunday and Saturday.
This is our show, dude. Yeah, nah.
But I also like talking about WrestleMania still. I like that there wasn't the ramp didn't feel long this year, or is it just me?
You know, I've been hearing rumors that they have been making stages smaller because the tickets have been selling out so fast, and they want to fit in more people.
They piled people up in that place.
But I think they see way more opportunities, because I don't think they're gonna make fireworks anymore, huh? Or they're gonna have the pyrotechnic.
I never read that.
I read something like that where they want to make them. They want to condense those spaces for the stage and just fit more people.
It's definitely cool, like, to be, even like my coworkers, like, I don't mean to take credit for it, but like my manager was texting me in the break room, like, oh, we're all watching WrestleMania, and they're like, oh yeah, because of you and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, dude, like, I don't know, to me, like, I don't get made fun of for watching wrestling, but you get the comments that, oh, you like watching men in their underwear, which I hate that joke, by the way. Like,
I worked the other day. I was because I work at like a type of call centers area, like place. And when we don't get calls, like, you know, people kind of talk sometimes. And I heard this guy say, oh, did you guys catch WrestleMania or whatnot? And then one of the managers is like, people still watch that? He's like, I remember I watched that when I was little. And he's like, yeah, it's like, it's not that good or whatever. And then I
hate that.
And then I looked at him and I was like, it's not? And he's like, no. And he's like, you like it? I do. And I was like, what are you into? I asked him, right? And he's like, what do you mean? I was like, what do you like for entertainment? He's like, well, I like movies. I'm like, okay, there you go. It's the same shit. It entertains you. It's a storyline. They're acting. Yeah. Same thing. I'm sure you like Marvel. I'm sure you like DC. Same thing, bro.
Yeah,
You're cheering on the fucking on the fucking movies, like fucking almost like crying. That's fine. Same thing. People are acting. They're portraying a character. They're actually putting their bodies on the line.
I know they are.
Very, very. I mean, I'm not a wrestler, but we've seen documentaries.
People die.
people travel, they go away from their family. They're, you know, it's like it takes more than that, and it's definitely people make me sick when they say shit like that's not real. Okay, bro, we get it. It's not real.
Yeah,
like, entertainment. That's what it is. Like you watch movies, it's the same fucking shit.
Yeah. Because I've seen those reactions where like when Iron Man says, "I'm Iron Man," oh, let's fucking go, and it's like okay, like to me, that's just I had like a manager try to be smart with me. And then he was like, "Oh, what are you gonna do? Watch WrestleMania and play World of Warcraft?" Like he was doing a bit that I'm like a nerd, and I was like, "I guarantee you, you're way more nerdy than me, bro." Like I was like, wrestling is like the nerdiest thing about me. Besides that, like I'm not really a nerd, you know. And then I was like, "What do you like?" And then same thing. He was like, "Oh, I like movies." And I was like, "What kind of movies do you like?" And he was like, "Oh, I like the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe." And I was like, "Okay, you're watching Ant-Man and the Wasp go back in time to save Iron Man? That's just as lame or as nerdy." As Kane burying the Undertaker alive. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's fucking insane, dude. So, anyway, a couple more matches from WrestleMania. I know you didn't see the Rhea one. I was really happy for Bayley.
Yeah, I thought she was going to become like that hugger again type of, you know, come out with her song. But she
remember when Sasha Banks made that little girl cry in NXT and you like pop for it? Because we used to watch NXT.
I don't remember. I know we used to, but
every Wednesday after work, after North Park. Because I would get off early, remember?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you would get off early.
Yeah. And then we would watch Finn Balor, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and Baron Corbin. And Finn Balor.
Definitely the Bayley match was Gio's favorite. He said
it was the best match of the
night. He's like, that was my favorite match. He's like, she's fucking sick. Like both of the girls, he's like, they're insane.
Could she wrestle?
She wrestled Io Sky, the Japanese chick.
Oh, the Japanese,
yeah. She was really good too.
I heard the match. Yeah,
that was definitely like probably top 2 for me. Obviously, the main event because but obviously, if you're talking about wrestling,
the main event has to.
Yeah, if you're talking about quality of the match, right? Yeah, Bayley and Io Sky, they fucking killed it. But definitely, like, I'm still upset I didn't go to last year's WrestleMania in Hollywood. I was like, fuck. But I'll take a trip for it.
Did you see AJ Styles' new song? Did you guys like it?
I didn't like it.
Me neither.
Nah, I didn't hear it.
They don't want none. Yeah. They don't want none.
Mac Truck.
Ripped, though.
Oh, he's on steroids for sure.
That's what I told Gio. And Gio's like, no, he's not.
He is.
Gio's like, he's not.
She's like 40-something.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's like, he's always been ripped. I'm like, no, he definitely
No, he was small when
he has bowling ball shoulders. He looks like a Street Fighter character.
Yeah, he looks very big.
And his age is older. I mean, I watched him since 2006 or 5.
They've been lowering a lot of restrictions. Like, they don't outlaw weed anymore, which I think they should be allowed to smoke weed.
Especially them
like, come on,
the
bro.
road.
Like, those fools work hard. Like, let them have their weed, you know?
Or maybe for their muscles. Too.
Yeah, I definitely think Triple H is letting them get back on the candy, on the steroids a little bit, which I think is fine. Like, if you're older, do it. Obviously, I don't want you to be Ultimate Warrior off. You die when you're 50, you know? Because of steroids. But, like, I also want them to, like, you know, you watch other sports, like, how much do you think steroids are a part of the NFL?
They have to be big. I mean, that
serious question because you watch it and we don't watch it.
Yeah. Well, we don't watch it, but I'm just saying, by an athletic
because she loves the NFL.
Perspective.
I watch the NFL. I mean, I love football, but when it comes to like their bodies, you can't really tell like their bodies.
But you can't tell. But the damages they get, like comparing to other sports, like they have to recover quicker than everybody else.
Oh, they get shot up. Like whenever something happens, like something they're on the sideline, for example, I don't know if you want to say wide receiver or whatever, or running back, they get hurt. They always pull them to the side, and then they're like, oh, they're fucked, you know. And then they come back, and it's like, it's like definitely, bro, like they shot you up with something in there. Then now you're back like nothing. Like Patrick Mahomes, I think it was Patrick Mahomes, was it? I think it was. I don't know if it was a Super Bowl, it was a playoff game. Where he was like completely like just
correct,
like, yeah, but he was like, I want to go back in, and then they close the tent, and they bring him out. There's something going on in there for sure.
Well, I gotta agree.
There's nothing wrong with that.
A little bit steroids makes sports a little better.
I'm not the one to talk much about steroids because I don't. That's my husband Gio would be the one to.
We're not putting a spot like to test you on nutrition.
They drug them up.
Yeah,
they drug them up.
They have to
for sure.
I'm okay with it because I know. I mean, they're
hardcore.
They become killers at the end of their careers.
I've only ever watched football games at this house. What about you? Have you watched more football games in this house than you have your whole life? I have.
I used to watch football, like college football, back then when I was growing up, like when I was like 10, 11. I was more into like baseball, football. I wasn't into a lot of sports like volleyball.
Did you like USC?
No.
I got into UFC.
I got more into
MMA. Like the college.
USC.
Like Michigan State, Oregon, LSU. I used to watch all of them back then on Fox.
Honestly, I like football because of my husband. When we started dating, I would go to his house and we would watch it. But I never had a team because I never cared for a team.
You know, we never had one, you know?
Well, yeah, like we didn't, right?
Yeah.
LA, we didn't. And I mean, we had the Chargers, if you want to say
and
California,
it doesn't make sense.
and the Niners.
Yeah, people. It doesn't make sense. People liking the 49ers.
As a Dodger fan, as an LA fan, you cannot fuck with the Bay.
I got talked shit to by someone, and she's a cool person, but she was like, "Oh, you're one of those people," and I was like, "Yeah, I am one of those people." Like, you know, yeah. And then, but I was like, but she's really cool. But I was just like, to me, it is true. Like, it doesn't make sense to me.
You know? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
it
it's fucking.
Like Carlos, for example, Carlos, how big of a Chivas fan is he? He's a huge Chivas fan. Yeah. Right? If America's playing another team, and even when they do the South the North American Cup or whatever, what is it when
the CONCACAF champions?
Yeah, like if they do CONCACAF and they're playing what team? Name
Seattle.
A team. If they're playing Seattle. Even though America's Mexican, Carlos would never fucking root for America. Because he fucking hates America.
Yeah.
Whether that's dumb or not, he's a real fan of Chivas. He will never do that. Yeah. And I feel like it is a trip to be like, okay, fuck the San Francisco Giants, but, the Niners are my shit or whatever. It's like, well, that doesn't make sense to me. Like,
yeah, that's why, like, when like I said, is we never had a football team. And then until the Rams got here 2016. So then Gio was like, oh, like, you know, it was a big story because, you know, they're going to build them a fucking billion stadium.
5 billion, I think, yeah.
So I remember that, and I was like, all right, cool. Like, the Rams are my team. And that's when I started fucking with the Rams. And then some people are like, oh, like, bandwagons. It's like, no, it's like, how? Like, I'm not, because it's like, I always like football, but now I have a team.
I think that's when
there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, you get away with it.
It's kind of like the same thing with LAFC or whatever.
LAFC, yeah. Although I do like LAFC, but I have to admit to everybody, in MLS and in general LAFC, like the hardcore fans, it seems very fake to me, plastic, you know?
Yeah, honestly,
like,
to me, it's like it's a little hard to understand LAFC in a bit because it's like, okay, we always had the Galaxy, right, since 1996.
But even 96, but even then, like people like Chivas America more than those two teams combined.
So it's
you know?
like, okay, so that's my point. So then all of a sudden and it's the thing about. I don't want to say Mexican, right? But the thing about us Mexicans, like, we got Carlos Vela, and it's like, okay, then fuck yeah, we're going to go for LAFC. Fuck LA Galaxy. And it's like, okay, like, why? Like, this was the original team. So you can say that's a bandwagon.
I think
but it's not, because it's like, I get it. Like, you support this player, you're going to follow this team, and this team's going to grow.
Correct.
It is, you know, but I cannot stand LAFC, and it's mostly the fans.
I do give them that.
The ones you say, like,
the 32-bit, yeah, like
just have fun, enjoy the sport.
Correct. Like, I was thinking, like, wait, because I went to a couple games and they were like harassing like Portland fans. I didn't think that was cool. Why? Like, yeah, like it's sad. For like, come on, like you're making us look bad, and
exactly.
now they're gonna talk shit. It is, and they were like some cholos too.
Yeah, like for what? Like, it's just a sport. Enjoy it.
It's like fuck, people, like. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't fuck with those people like that.
That's
also,
how,
like Dodger fans that are super hardcore too.
Yeah, like, and then they think it's fucking cool getting drunk at the Dodger Stadium. Yeah. Like, that's not cool.
It's not.
Yeah, I can't get drunk at the Dodger Stadium because I feel like nothing beats like drinking at home. Like, in the sense that, like, why am I gonna be drunk at the stadium? You know, because people get fucked up. I've seen people throw up. They get in fights. I'm sure that's what you're talking about.
People make it a habit. You know, like they're proud of it. Like saying, I got fucked up at the Dodger Stadium. Like,
I had a girl tell me, and she's pretty cool, but she told me, she was like, oh yeah, though I got so drunk at a Dodger game, they took me out in a wheelchair, and I was like, what the fuck? Yeah. I was like, that's fucking.
And then you
wild.
go to the jail if you run to the field.
Oh, I would never do that.
The jail that they have in there.
Oh, they have one in there?
Yeah, they have a jail. They all have a jail.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
They have a jail? That's hilarious.
Yes, they do.
That's funny.
Remember that was like this viral, I forget who it was. I think it was Corey Seager or is it Bellinger before they left. And it's like, oh, because everyone loved him. And she ran out to the field to hug him. I think it was Corey Bellinger or Cody. Oh my God, Corey Seager.
I have the
Cody
jersey
Bellinger.
that you gave me.
I think it was Seager. And then no, there's a jail. They take you to jail. And I think you get banned also. Or you get fined. I'm not quite sure, but there's that. They don't fuck around. Because it's like, you never know. What if they have a weapon?
Yeah.
And it's still weird. Like, there's a game playing. Like, chill. Like, girl.
You're
like,
making it about
that
you.
man has a wife at home. Like, just enjoy the man from afar. It's fine. Like, what's going to happen? I don't know. What do you think he's going to do? Like, fall in love with you?
He's going to fuck you, like, in the field
like,
and
he's
shit?
Not.
He's going to have your Instagram and shit.
Not in his mind whatsoever.
Your Instagram, yeah.
Yeah, but it's definitely cool.
I
enjoy. I like the sports. I love sports.
Yeah,
I mean, right now
sports
golf
is cool.
is the Masters going on. We're rooting for Homa because Bay and I love him.
Who?
Matt Homa. Max Homa. Sorry, Max Homa. He's like an Italian American golfer.
Oh, okay. I really got into golf. I'm still good.
Max, I said Matt.
I'm still trying to get more into golf, like watching it. So that's why I don't know too many.
The little shot got me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I got a couple of, if you're a real listener, you know this segment. I got a couple of fan questions. Fan questions. I got right here from my buddy Mark in San Dimas. He said, "Could you guys please talk about the all in footage from AEW, the CM Punk brawl?"
Oh, okay.
And I have a small clip to play for you because we've seen it. And this is CM Punk describing it on Ariel Helwani's podcast with the footage underneath. It's a short video.
I was the next match. I'm sitting there. I got people with me. I'm not going to say who they are, because I got a lot of friends who work there, and I wish them all well, and I don't want them to be punished because they're friends with me, And I walk up to him and I'm just like, Jack, why do you insist on doing this dumb internet shit like on TV, And he's just like, well, if you got a problem about it, do something about it. And I was just like, man, come on, man. I would fucking kill you. Like, what are we doing? And it just, it's like Chael says. Sometimes you just can't let you get close. I thought I was doing a responsible thing. I didn't punch anybody. I just choked somebody a little bit. Samoa Joe was there.
Torta.
Told me to stop. And then I quit. I turned to Tony and I said, this place is a fucking joke, man. You're a clown. I quit.
So, what do you think about that?
Well, I kind of knew about it already because we were texting in the group chat.
Yeah.
And I mean, growing up, I was obsessed with CM Punk.
Yeah.
But now, like, I don't know why. There's something about CM Punk. I'm like, I don't know. There's something.
I like him.
No, me too. But like, if people talk, it's like there's something weird about this guy. I don't know. Whatever. But honestly, when you watch the video, I thought it was pretty dirty that AEW.
Yeah, that it was dumb. I don't know why.
It's for sure they're just trying to. It's dying, AEW. Like they
Right
don't
now
have
it is,
anything
yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like.
And I feel bad because
they
poor
need
Samoa
CM
Joe
Punk.
works hard.
Yeah.
Christian Cage.
I know,
Because that was
Christian
another
Cage.
question that Mark also asked is if you watch AEW. But we can go back to that.
What's his name again?
My friend Mark asked me that. If you also watch AEW.
Well, Mark, Christian Cage brought me to watching
AEW.
AEW, but he lost now. But definitely Christian Cage.
He's badass.
What a great. Another example how Vince McMahon just.
I know.
Sucks.
You know what he thought about him?
I love Christian Cage.
You know what he thought about him? And it's open. JR has said it. He's too ugly.
He's
Like,
so
he thought
hot.
he was ugly.
Really?
And he was, yeah. And this isn't me saying it. JR's podcast, he says it.
JR looks like a pig.
No,
that
JR
Vince-
didn't say that.
Oh, my bad. I take that back. I take that back. I'm uglier.
Vince would say that he's ugly. He looks ugly. Oh, we should. And then he did a gimmick where we need to cover his face and he gave him a mask because this man's a dick like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you do fuck with AEW, but going back to the Punk thing, like, is it one of those things where you've heard a lot of situations like that where you start to think like, oh, maybe he's a problem? Is that what it is with Punk? Or?
Yeah, I think so. I think Punk. There's something about Punk. I feel. Definitely.
It's not gonna pesada for
because
sure.
Didn't he come out, or who was it? Was it Stone Cold's podcast where he?
That was Dean Ambrose when Stone Cold didn't like him. John Moxley, Dean Ambrose.
Fuck that.
No, it was somebody. Was it Joe? I don't know who was it. It was some podcast that asked, "Would you ever hire CM Punk again?" They asked Triple H, and then Triple H is like, "The doors are not closed," but it was kind of like he was just talking so much shit. To me, it's like, don't burn your bridges.
And
right?
CM Punk did that. He did talk a lot of shit when he quit.
That's the thing. To me, it's like, okay, like, bro, like, yes, you did the mic drop, whatever.
But it's
like, you
pipe
did
bomb,
so
yeah.
much. You did, I don't know, you talk so much, and
so.
then you go back to that same place. It's kind of like, it's a little weird to me.
You don't think that in life in general we have, because I deal with anger like every day, and sometimes you do have rancor with life, and you don't think like maybe later you can grow out of it. Like, he's married now, you don't know if like maybe he's changing. I know people don't really change when they get older.
I believe in second opportunities, I guess.
But I think sometimes the places change also.
Yeah,
not just a person,
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, it's different times.
Exactly. They're saying that like he would never go back while Vince was there. Because Vince fired him on his wedding day, fun fact, on purpose.
Really?
And it's like super shitty, like you're getting married.
No, I believe, I
'Cause Vince is a
100%
dick.
believe Vince is an asshole, was an asshole, is an asshole,
Yeah.
will always be an asshole. So yeah, I mean, I'm all for it to see what's next. I would like to see a heel CM Punk though, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. Because not to talk about this all day, but basically what that was about is that kid. Do you remember that show 90210?
Yeah.
his dad, Luke Perry, is his dad. That actor.
That's Luke Perry's son?
That's Jack Perry.
Oh.
So anyway, just to give you perspective, he wanted to do a stupid spot where they do a suplex on real glass. Mm-hmm. And they're like, why are you doing that? You're going to fucking die. Like, don't do that. Jack Perry starts breaking shit, yelling at this viejito that works there, Tony Schiavone, like an old commentator. He's like being a dick, like throwing shit, intimidating people. And they tell him, hey, you punk, you're a veteran. He looks up to you. Could you fucking talk to him? And he went to go talk to him, and he told him, why do you insist on doing stupid shit on TV?
Oh, that's what it was.
And then that's when he told him, well, you got a problem, do something about it. Mm-hmm. And at that point, he was fed up, and he fucking throws 2 punches, and he fucking chokes him out, and Samoa Joe's big ass fucking comes breaking up. Which, I love CM Punk. He ain't beating up Samoa Joe, you know? Like, yeah. But they're very close friends and everything, but that's kind of the what happened with that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know the background story of that.
But I guess we're all happy he's back, right? I agree with you. Heel Punk is a little more fun.
Yes.
Yeah, I like heel Punk. I always like heel Punk. So I'm excited to see what's coming for him.
And you got a lot of questions, dude. And I know you asked. They're not always on the poll. We get them a lot emailed. And for those listening, please DM us or email us at OffTopicPodcast34. We literally read every email. So, yeah, let us know. And I got another fucking question right here. Another fan question. I got one right here.
There's a lot.
This one is for H, actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
Henry, do you ever wish you had a sister or another brother? What would you choose?
Earlier age, I always...
This is for my friend Javier.
No, in the earlier years, I always wanted a sister. Only because I don't have one.
Yeah.
But nowadays, I'm set. I'm okay.
Okay, but if you could go back to that young Henry.
Oh, a sister.
A sister?
Yeah.
Okay. Why? What about having a sister did you want?
Because I think it's different. I feel like maybe the support is different. Like, I think they sometimes understand you better from the outside, things that you don't see in yourself. Yeah. And they could see it. So I was like, oh, to me, that would be cool, you know, having a sister.
It is different. And I could definitely say, like fucking play the sad music. Like, having a sister is really, like, it's a different kind of reality check. Where, like...
With the brother, it's just more like, oh, like...
Brothers
grow up, fool, you know, like get some balls, you know.
Yeah,
like,
brothers will be brothers, and it's fucking cool. And I love my brothers, and they're all sick. But I kind of like that I only have one sister, just because it's a 2-parter question. The next question is, Koba, do you wish you had more sisters? And the reason why I say no is because I already have the best sister in the world. So like, why would anything else would be like, like everything else?
I am pretty
everything, glang, 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 glang. Anything else would be like, okay, you're not Claudia, so like I don't want you in my life, or I don't wish that you.
I think it's also hard having more than one sister, you know?
Yeah, probably. I wish I had a sister though.
No, but I think that's when drama creates sister. Like 3, like, you know, like in the now going back to the rancho, 3 sisters, 3 brothers, like everybody's gonna fight for la herencia.
A whole soccer team for the terrenos and shit.
Yeah.
Do you ever? But anyway, because speaking of what you were saying is that sisters brings a different thing.
Yeah, correct.
That is fucking true. There's a study from the University of Missouri that sisters give the best advice about relationships when you're a brother, and I think that's kind of true because there are times like, well, I'm in a long-term relationship. And I do get that reality check where like, oh, you're being a fucking dick, or you're being like,
I think that's good though.
You're doing too much, right? And going back to what we were saying, that I try to not talk too crass about like women or stuff like that. It's definitely because I have a sister, and even though it shouldn't be that way, you should always just respect women anyway. But it definitely does. Like, I do agree. Like, she's told me, like, jokingly or not, I don't know, when you're like, I would have left your ass if you were my boyfriend. Like, she would have told me, like, oh, ya te hubiera dejado and shit like that. You know?
Ya te hubiera dejado hace 20 años.
Because I feel like moms, they're like, oh, it was me. Like, I feel like moms always take the side of the boys. Do you think that's true?
They'll blindfold themselves a little.
Some moms. I wouldn't say our mom. I think our mom's pretty dope.
You think so?
Yeah, our mom.
She is dope, but I'm saying, like,
our mom is a very girl's girl also.
Oh, so that's what you mean.
Yeah. See, I feel like I am too. I feel like
moms are like, they'll always take the boy side.
Yeah, definitely.
Majority
my grandma,
parts, yeah.
Our grandma, she's very, mis hijos, they can do no wrong.
Have you ever seen that video of when they kill Pablo Escobar, and then his mom, they interview right when he, like, hours after he gets killed by police, and she was like, mi hijo era un santo, él. Like, she talks about this, he built schools, but that's what I'm saying, like, a mother's love is so strong that, like, dude, like, your son blew up a plane. Yeah. Like, he was a terrorist. Yeah. But can you really be mad at her for still defending her son? Like, I don't know. It's fucking
no.
Yeah.
I feel like, I'm not a mom, you know, but I feel like as a mom, you know who your kid is, who your child is, right? So you know their flaws, you know their good side, their bad side. I feel like as a mom, you should also be open to seeing the bad side of your kid, of your son.
Yeah.
As like, for example, like you, like how you say, hey, I tell you, you fuck up, do this, right?
Yeah.
You could be open about, hey, you're fucking up.
Yeah.
You cannot like just pretend that everything's perfect and you're perfect, because you're not. As a mom, you should notice those red flags and those, hey, you should improve on this, instead of just pintarlo, like, oh, forget about it, under the carpet, you know?
I think what's hard for me is that, and Diana's told me this, and I always knew, I'm very defensive. Mm-hmm. And I think I've always been like that, not even just in relationships in general. Like, I'm very defensive. And, like, I hate that about me. Because
I told you that.
You told me that?
I told you that once. A long time ago.
You got a lot of problems, too. And then,
no, like, just like as a trait, like,
we're talking, we're fucking around, But, nah, definitely, like, I definitely get defensive. Oh, you know what it was? We were talking about this tattoo when my cousin tatted me.
Oh, Rachel.
And it's obviously like a bad tattoo, like, which is not her fault. She was learning. But like Diana, I was like, why didn't you stop me? And she was like, you can never tell you anything. Like, you always get defensive. And I was like, I felt mean, like, when she said that. I was like, I don't want you to be scared of me, you know? Like,
that's not
like, but definitely, like,
I'm glad I mean, at least you recognize it, right?
Yeah, definitely. And then now I'm like, okay, like, I'm trying to, even like when I first was with Diana, when she would have an issue and she would tell me, I would be like, all right, there, I'm sorry then. Get it there. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. Like, and that was the thing where, like, all right, I said I'm sorry, so what the fuck does it matter now?
But the good thing is that you've improved in it. It's not like you just, you make it that's my personality. I'm the defensive guy, you know?
Yeah.
When other people
I had a lot of demons back then.
That we know, like, they're always going to be like that, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
Or they can't take a little change, or they have to be the right person all the time.
Yeah, like, when you see, like, I have, like, friends that have, like, dads that are just, like, so, like, sporadic and angry. Like, I mean, nada. And I'm just like, fuck. Like, you're going to be your dad when you're older, you know?
Yeah.
And that's fucking crazy.
Or it's you have the power to change and be your own person.
Yeah,
a lot of people are like, oh, this is what I grew up watching. This is what I grew up seeing. Yeah, but you also could
that's
change it.
That's an easy blame.
You think so?
Yeah, I agree with you.
Everybody, I grew up with my dad doing this, so it's like,
change it up.
Yeah,
do better, right?
I always feel like the next generation has to do better than the previous one.
I agree with you, Henry.
Yeah,
100%.
No, definitely, I agree. The next question I have is for you. What was Koba like as a kid? So
who asked this question?
Baby Gordon.
I always like to know because we can give him a shout out.
It's from an anonymous person. I don't want to say their name. Yeah.
What was the question?
What was Koba like as a kid?
Koba as a kid, honestly,
like, was I like fucking, like, I don't know, whatever you asked.
You were pretty. I mean, growing up, we were cool, right?
I think I was a good kid.
Yeah, you were a good kid. I remember I would pick you up sometime. Oh fuck! Now that I thought about that, I remember when I forgot to pick you up that one time from school.
I don't remember.
It was I think, were you like in 4th grade? I think you were in 3rd. I don't know. Whatever. I was literally like in middle school, and Carlos and I got off early. It was like minimum day, and there was when we used to live in El Monte, I think.
Gross.
And then remember when we used to go to me Uncle Momo's house?
Yeah, for a bit. Yeah.
For a bit, and there was one time Carlos and I remember my mom told me, "Oh, don't forget to pick up Esteban," and I was, you know how, because my parents worked hard every day, so like we couldn't. Anyway, so I remember we went to mi tío Mocho's house, and I remember for whatever reason something happened, and some lady from the school came to the apartment, and she knocked on the door, and she was like, and then you were crying. It was you were right there, and then I was like, holy shit! And I remember I looked at you, and I was like, I started bawling. I was like, oh my god, like I forgot to pick you up. And then my Uncle Momo, like, he's like, it's okay. Like he kind of hugged me, like kind of like you're a kid, like you shouldn't feel. Like, why do you feel like you're not a parent?
Do you ever feel like you were raising kids?
Yes.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was always like I want to say I was like a mom basically.
Yeah.
But I mean, we were always close. I would go to your school and we would read to you. Remember, I would read to you and I would take pictures of like I don't know if you remember, but I would go, and we were definitely super close. But then I think we got closer as the older you got. But then I moved out.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think you and I have a lot in common where it comes to like, I guess, comedy. We grew up watching the same things.
But we all did though. So I don't think it's a you and me thing because we all watch the same shit, you know.
But I think we have a good relation. I think it's gotten better, right?
We do.
But how was Koba as a kid? Koba was chill. He was always funny. He always had like a growing up. He would always make little skits. Like I remember on my old phone and my Verizon jukebox phone.
Yeah.
I have recordings still. If I have find it, I would like show it to you guys, but it's not charged. But we would do like bits where he would put Tejanas on and he would like sing like Lupillo Rivera songs or Valentina Elizalde songs. And Jose would be like I can't do the banda sounds right now, but he would do like a banda sound, and then Jose would like, and then Esteban would come out. Koba would come out, and he would just perform. And he was always a performer, like always. So like, that's why whenever I see him doing this, it's like this is his dream. This is what he's supposed to be doing,
or
some
he's
type of
living his dream in a way.
Yeah, like some type of entertainment. Like he was born to do this, and he's always been a fun kid, and it's my favorite thing to just see him, doing what he's doing. So definitely fun kid. Very hilarious, and he's doing what he's doing. So it's spot on.
I remember being like very, because you kind of challenged me earlier. You were like, "Oh, I don't want you to get mad so we can talk about more shit." Like, I was very scared of a lot of things, and I was a very sensitive kid. Which I'm not gonna lie, like when I still have anger issues, but when they were worse, I used to hate memories. I used to hate pictures. Like I used to hate all that shit. But I was a very scared kid. Like, I remember I couldn't sleep unless I held your hand. Yeah, and that's fucking annoying, Like, I fucking get it now. Because I remember thinking, like, why is it so hard to do that? Then I remember, like, me being mad at you. Like, okay, why is this... If it's stupid, why is it so hard for you to fucking do this? You know what I'm saying? Hold on. But now I'm older, and this isn't even, like, sad or nothing. Like, I'm chilling, dude. Like, I'm chilling. But it's definitely, like, now I get it. I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, I guess I was, like... No era maloso, like I wasn't a bad kid in like calle or nothing like that. But I was definitely like enfadosito and like, okay, like I do apologize for that, like if it was annoying. But yeah, because I know I was like very sensitive. I didn't like scary movies. I feel like I wasn't a very much of a kid like most kids were, I always hated that about myself.
He had like little.
I had anxiety, like.
You know what he hated?
Yeah.
Now that we're saying, I hope you don't get mad or anything. Yeah. But he hated shirts that had buttons.
I hated shirts that had buttons, and
you still do, no?
I still do.
No, but he would legit freak out.
I would have anxiety, and I'll explain it before it sounds crazy. I didn't have. You know what kind of fucking taught me that I had my ass? Was fucking Better Call Saul, like Chuck. Who's allergic to electricity, dude. But I'm gonna tell you this, and I caught myself as a 25-year-old man that I am now. I took a lunch break at work like a year ago, and I started smoking a cigarette like on my lunch, and I started feeling nauseous, and I'm like fucking hunched over behind my car like trying to throw up. But in reality, like I was thinking about a whole bunch of other shit, and it's like that's not me nauseous. That's my anxiety. Like I had a panic attack, like Tony Soprano, And then but not as cool. And then I was like, what the fuck? And then I realized it fucking hit, and it's fucking crazy when things hit and you realize why you're the way you are, and then you go back to your child self. It fucking hit where I was like, that was me. Like when mom would try to make me to put on a certain shirt that I didn't feel comfortable in. And I felt like I couldn't breathe wearing a certain type of shirt. And I felt like I was nauseous, but I wasn't nauseous because when you're nauseous, you throw up.
Yeah.
Like when you're drunk, you throw up and you feel better, right?
Yeah.
Like you throw up, you might feel a little dumb, but you feel better. It's done. But in reality, like I didn't know that was me having like anxiety. And I would have like panic attacks when I was a kid, and I would feel like I was nauseous. But I really wasn't fucking nauseous because I wouldn't fucking throw up, you know what I'm saying? And then I had that attack as an adult, like a year ago, but then I'm like, okay, I'm a 25-year-old man, like I can handle it. And then I realized it, and I was like, oh shit, that's fucking crazy. Like when you learn something about yourself like that, That's fucking crazy.
Did you have a lot of panic attacks growing up, like when you were young, or was it maybe just like later on growing up?
I don't have them that often as an adult. Sometimes I do like. I always think, and he said this, and tell me what you think. The truth always comes out at night in your own thoughts. Do you ever feel like that? Does your mind race at night?
Yeah, mine just tends to race at night.
Yeah.
When you're trying to relax.
In a relaxed moment, yeah.
Yeah, because he'll tell me, like, oh, at night, like, that's when you fucking, that's when you know yourself, And I'm like, oh, shit, like, that's kind of true. Like,
yeah, because you're shutting down. Like, all day you're working. You're doing something. And then at night it's, like, kind of, like, dark.
That's real,
Yeah, it gets serious. It's like, oh, I'm trying to rest, but
I think it's a good moment that you guys need. Or not you, but like in general, the whole world.
Yeah. Like reality, right?
Yeah. Like know where you're standing in your life,
Yeah. I have a friend, Mr. Lee. He has a theory that, and whatever, if you're not religious, like whatever. he has a theory like that. He says that that's when like the devil fucks with you when it's at night because that's when you're at your weakest. And he says it too. That's when you're at your weakest, man. He's like that's when he fucks with you. And I kind of get it where like it's true, dude. Like I'm not fucking sad, you know. Like I'm fucking happy. Like nah, like get that thought out of my head. Like that's not true. Like I'm not. This moment in my life didn't define me, you know. Like that shame. Like I've had friends that like, for example, like we won't say his name, but we know who it is. Like. He would tell us about, like, when he was, like, addicted to, like, meth. Mm-hmm. And he would be like, dude, I couldn't even look at myself in the mirror. Like, one time he was, like... He would get so... He was so addicted to methamphetamine and, like, snorting it that when he was all out, se le acababa la bolsa, ya no tenía, he would snort water. Because he had this theory that the water would make the thing stuck, go more, and he would get more high. Oh, my God. And that it's so sad. Mm-hmm. And that... He would turn on the shower so his mom could think he's showering. Mm-hmm. But in reality, he was just snorting water, you know? And it's fucking sad. Like, that's heartbreaking. He's clean now, by the way. He's been clean for like 12 years. But he said that like one time he saw himself in the mirror. Y sintió tanta vergüenza that he just started crying. Because he saw himself and he was like, oh, this is me, you know? Mm-hmm. And I think like the shame is like, that's what comes out at night is your shame, your mistakes, your misses, what you didn't do.
I think it's also like being, I think it has to have some type of depression when you get
probably.
like that.
Well, at least, for
I'm
sure.
very big on depression because I was very depressed in my late 20s, mid-20s, late 20s. Yeah. It was bad. But now it's like, okay, now I'm in my 30s and it's like I feel happy and I haven't felt like, I guess, thoughts at night anymore. I feel like now I can finally...
But I'm not saying all thoughts have to be like bad ones. Bad.
I will say, hold on, because she's on a roll right now.
Yeah.
With her, it shows... Mm-hmm. Like, I could definitely tell, and we're not going to fucking get into the specifics, but I can definitely tell the moments, like, in those years where you were there, but mentally, like, I knew you were checked out. Like, I knew, like, you were not in the moment. Yeah. And I knew you were fucked a little bit. Like, not fucked where you could never come back, but I knew, like, almost like it was, like, it showed in your face. And now, like, I do see you, and, like, you're happier, and, like, and it's fucking sick, you know, obviously. But, like, definitely, like... It definitely fucking shows. It's almost like you're possessed, you know? Like, you definitely, like, it fucking shows.
Over. Yeah. Something takes over.
Yeah, it is. Because
like,
he doesn't...
It's bad.
I don't mean to put you on the spot, but he has straight up said, I've never felt depressed. I don't fucking care. Mm-hmm. Like,
I've had moments where I feel like, I guess, down, but not depressed, I would say. I've never thrown myself into that pool.
And you know what I would disagree with you?
What?
Is why I feel like maybe, like, there were moments where recently, I feel like you were so over your job. And I remember one time, and it wasn't even.
I wasn't connected.
It wasn't dramatic, but I can tell that like he was like ya no marcaba, like in the sense that like, ya no marcaba bien. Like I could see it. I remember, bro. I think we hung out or we went to the gym or something. Nah, it was literally like 4 weeks ago, bro.
Oh shit.
And I'm not saying you were crying. I'm not trying to make it dramatic.
Nah,
I'm just saying,
we were.
Definitely, bro. Like no se peinó. Like he was sleeping out, and I remember I was like, I called him because we call all the time. And I was like, did you play FIFA? Nah, I didn't do fucking shit. Fucking slept all day. Fucking wasted a day. Fucking wasted my day. Like that. Because he gets like that. And then in my head, I'm like, fuck, dude, like you're going through something right now. Yeah. I'm not saying you're depressed or you're suicidal, but definitely like...
Nah, I've never been suicidal.
Yeah, I know. But I'm saying like definitely...
I'll make two stories up right now.
Definitely, I was like, oh, he's... Definitely, he was like, oh, like he's going through something, you know? So I kind of... don't believe you when you say that, and not because you're lying, but I feel like it's because not even you realize it.
Probably.
It could be that he doesn't realize it.
Yeah, definitely.
But no, definitely.
But I don't think I've been in. It's because I always put myself in like a moment where like I always know there's somebody going through worse than me, you know?
No, and that's true.
So that's how I was kind of.
It's also fair to understand that you're your own person and you
true.
have
I do know maybe sometimes there's like up and downs, but I guess I just appreciate what I have.
And that's
I
could be like you because sometimes I honestly I forget.
And I work and then I have to work with it, you know, like whatever I have, like fuck it, I have my parents, I have my friends, you know, like I have money. I'm not the richest, but I'm good.
Yeah,
definitely.
I don't have cancer like maybe like another 26-year-old, you know, like that would be the fucking worst.
Yeah, to me that is crazy. Like you go to a regular doctor checkup and then you have like stage 4 cancer, like. Fuck. Like, okay, what now, you know? But, yeah, so I get it. So, I do get that from him, where I try to be more positive, but I feel like also like I try to also tell him like, okay, bro, like you are doing enough. Like shit just sucks right now. Like, so we're kind of both like, you know.
Yeah, and that's kind of like how my husband was too, kind of like H.
Because he hates hearing childhood stories of us.
If you are depressed, work out, and it'll go away, and things like that. And then it was before we moved in together, and then I think when we moved in together, that's kind of where I started getting that one moment. But it wasn't because of him. It was just, I don't know. It was, my parents were separating. There was just a lot going on, and I think it was just that moment. And I remember that's when he started opening about like, oh shit, depression is real. Like, and living with me gave him that, like, I know you're not okay, and you know I'm here for you. But him being exposed to me or living with me kind of made him realize, oh, depression is real, because he was one of those people like you. It's not real. Snap out of it.
Se le hacía fácil todo. And I remember Gio was like that. I remember Gio tutoring me. Do you remember this?
Maybe.
When you lived in El Monte. And then he was tutoring me for math. And then he'd be like, it's easy. Like, how do you not get it? And you would be like, don't tell him it's easy. You would get mad.
Yeah.
Like, she would get mad. Like, it's not easy for everyone. But, like, because he's like that where he's just fucking literally one of the smartest people in my life. And he's really smart. But, like, I agree with you. Sometimes there isn't, like, a solution to a spiritual problem like that.
People are different. Yeah, people are different.
Exactly.
And Gio's was very, like,
you love
everything's
Sopranos.
easy for him. And it's like, excuse me, everyone's different. Like, we can't.
You love Sopranos. There's a great quote in Sopranos where it's Christopher and is talking about his rehab. And he goes, there's no chemical solution to the spiritual problem. And I think, I think like that's like so like, that's fucking true, you know? Sometimes the answer isn't 2 + 2.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like another whole fucking journey you have to go to. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And you know what also fucking pissed me off is Mom.
We're getting very dark, you guys.
No. This is a fun one.
We're going to change the...
This is a fun one.
We're going to be a...
I'll start off with this.
Positive podcast now.
I'm going to put you on the spot.
Mental health awareness.
I'll put you on the spot.
What?
Who do you think is the funniest out of all our siblings? And you could be biased.
I don't think H has seen me at my highest.
Nah, okay.
No, I'm just going. So I've seen from what I've seen, I'm gonna say Koba.
Yeah. Okay.
I just see Koba.
Crazy,
but I just I'm going from what I've seen, and I've always
that's fair. That's cool.
But I've always said that Koba is natural.
I agree. Koba is natural.
But maybe you guys are too. But I've seen his shit. Like I think I couldn't understand his comedy. You know, like very well.
That's fine. I agree. He is funny. That's what I just said right now. He grew up being funny, doing bits and shit like that.
Yeah.
And I didn't even realize that. I didn't put it two together.
And you can't take that away. Like
funny, you know?
Like we were doing bits before we knew what bits were, you know?
Yeah.
So I was like, if I knew, like, we would have been YouTubers. If we would have done, we would have been
you had the equipment,
Not even influencers, because fuck that shit. Who the fuck influencers?
But they put that name on everybody.
We're content creators.
So we fall under that.
So who do you? All right,
but you guys could be.
You know what I'm gonna bring up, right?
What?
Who ranked us? Who ranked us?
Mom ranked us. My mom.
Yeah.
She ranked us from funniest to least funniest.
I feel like a lot of moms do that.
Can you rank? Can you
guess the ranking?
Can you guess a ranking?
Hoser 1.
She marks off for
Carlos 2.
Okay. Keep going.
You 3 and Koba 4.
Okay, so you nailed it on the first and last. No, was I the funniest on her ranking?
I think she said Hoser was the funniest.
I put Carlos 2.
Oh yeah. Okay, so she said Hoser was the funniest, then me, then Carlos, then Koba.
But what did she say about me? Yo no creo que está chistoso.
She's like, yo Esteban no lo veo muy chistoso. She said, she literally said that.
That shit's fucking
No se me hace muy
offensive,
chistoso
dude.
a mí.
You know why? Because I'm a professional, dude. I do this shit every week, bro. It's fucking, you know? But I also get it. Like, you know what we're talking about, you and me clicking? I feel like me and Mom don't click. And that's okay. I'm not saying she doesn't love me. She loves me, obviously.
Yeah, you guys don't click.
I love her. But I feel like we don't click. Like, I'm like when George and Elaine try to hang out, and then they can't hang out without Jerry.
Yeah. Like, you need a Jerry. You need a me or Carlos.
Or a Hoser or something. Yeah. Like, I can't do it. Like, with Mom. And Mom will tell me, like, oh, you annoy me. Like, I don't really enjoy spending time with you.
Yeah, she's like, me pones así. She literally
But to be fair, that was when I was more, like, going through shit. Or, like, kind of unpleasant.
The dark times.
My demons, you know? Yeah. But,
yeah, you would stress her out. She would be like, I can't. She would tell me on, like, by with me, I can't hang out with him. Like, it's just, like, I love him, but I can't hang out with him. And that's fair. But now it's like, oh, like, I guess last time you went out and she said she had a pleasant time with him.
Yeah, like, they'll say it in front of me like I'm not even there. No enfadó hoy. Hoy no me
I was
enfadó.
like, oh, ma, ¿cómo se portó Esteban? Ahora no
Like
te
if
puso
I'm a
así.
kid. Like if
And
I'm
she's like,
5.
no, ahora se portó muy bien or whatever.
Yeah, dude. That's fucking insane, bro. I got a couple more questions. Do you have somewhere to be or what? Or you're good? No. How long do you think this has been going on? Don't look at the computer.
Like an hour, 20.
Nah, you already looked at it.
No, I don't even know where to look.
You're lying to me. You're
Where
lying
do
to me.
I look? I don't
you
even
lied
know.
to me right in front of my
There's
face.
a course light
right
covering.
here.
I can't see shit.
Yeah, you can. Right
okay,
here.
Read it.
Well, an hour and 20 minutes.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I have great.
It's because
like,
I have a lot of
time
questions.
clock.
We have a lot of fan questions. That's why.
And then
fine.
we just gotta dedicate a minute to rest in peace, Mr. OJ Simpson.
Oh my god, fuck that.
Oh, I thought you were talking about your dog. Both his dogs died recently. I thought you were talking about your dogs.
Oh, nah. I mean, they sadly passed away, but
Sorry, H.
nah. I mean,
Rest in peace to your fur.
nah. It's just more like
But
I knew Amber's time was coming. It's more like Subby's death surprised me.
what was her name? Or their
Amber.
Amber.
But they were both pretty old because they were only like 1 year, a year and a
How
half
old were
apart.
they?
14, 13.
Were they Chihuahuas?
Nah, they were mixed. I don't know.
Mixed?
Honestly, I don't know what they were.
Old.
Yeah, but Amber lived a long life, and Subby did too. But
were they partnered? Like, were they couple? Were they a couple?
no. Amber was a mother, and the other one was a kid.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh.
so they were there together. But
Wait, so who died first, the mother?
Stubby, the son,
Oh, and then the mom died after?
like 2 weeks after.
Oh my god, stop. That is so sad.
Yeah,
I think
she died.
She was probably sad.
That's what I was thinking. She died like 3 days
Talk
ago.
about
I know.
dogs' deaths. I guess.
Nah, I mean they didn't tell me after like 3 days, so I really found out yesterday actually.
Wait, what do you mean? Where were they? How do you not notice that they're missing?
Oh, my dad didn't. Well, my dad is the one that found her, and then my dad. My dad buried both of them.
Mm-hmm.
So, but he can't tell my mom, and then my mom didn't want to tell my brother, and then nobody told me till the last. They just didn't know how to tell me, you know,
But
like.
I guess my question is, how do you not know your dog is like not there?
What do you mean? Oh, me?
Yeah.
Me, because I was working and I haven't seen him.
Oh, okay. Like,
yeah, like in a
hours or
week.
whatever. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I see.
Like-
okay, because me, I'm like, I see my dog every freaking minute. So
Nah,
like,
like I'll see him, but then like those days maybe like I wasn't in the backyard or I haven't gone to the back, you know.
Yeah. Were they inside dogs or outside dogs?
They were outside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but they would always chill in the pads and shit, and like in the
How
front.
many more dogs do you still have? Or you guys are done with
They were the
those?
last ones.
Oh.
I only have turtles right now, but yeah, it was pretty sad.
Yeah.
The only reason why I'm not showing like sadness to them is because I think they lived a good life. Like they had everything, you know.
Yeah,
And they
that's
did
true.
live a long life. Like I'm glad they never got killed by some fucking coyote, you know. Like
That's
God,
true.
like I see videos like fuck. That's
Oh, yeah. I could never watch those videos.
I know. Like I watch them, but I don't know. Like why the fuck am I doing this?
Yeah,
like
like why are you doing this?
yeah,
yourself?
but I mean, nah, like. Yeah, I mean the puppy died. He's not. He was fucking old, but, but that's how I saw him. And then Amber died. Like I like, you know, like she wasn't like as fast as she was. You know, I'm glad she's resting now. So that's why I try not to bring sadness to like my dog's death. Like I just accepted it. Like you know, they're gonna die pretty soon. And I was actually waiting this year. Like fuck, God, I'm waiting for this fucking call. That's why that's one reason I hate calls in general. Like I always think it's gonna be like bad news. You know?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's like a phobia I lost though. Like I could answer calls, but I was like, "Is this like who died now?" You know?
Yeah.
That's
What's
what
this call about?
that's what Kevin Von Erich says.
Really?
Yeah. Did you watch the Iron Claw?
I have not.
You
The
gotta
movie,
watch
no.
it.
Yeah, that's what he says. That to this day, like every time he gets calls at night, that he feels like someone's dead because all his brothers are dead, obviously.
Dang.
And he always like got those calls. Like
Yeah.
there's a fucking. He says it in the Dark Side of the Rings documentaries, which you should watch because you like wrestling on Hulu. That all the brothers were dying at the Ya Nomás Quedaban Dos, and then like a car pulled up at night, and it was like the employer, the wrestling promoter, and then he knocked and he opened the door and he goes, "Which one is it this time?" Like he literally just asked, "Who's it this time?"
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah, but anyway, I brought that up because of the calls. Yeah,
Yeah.
We're talking about murder O.J. Simpson.
O.J. Simpson.
Yeah.
He definitely did it.
He did it.
He did it.
That dude's a piece of shit.
I know. Nobody cared that he died. I mean, if anything, everyone
Well,
was happy.
his
he
kids
died.
were there with him. I heard. I guess.
Fuck him.
Yeah.
The
No, it was
juice.
not the kids'
Call him
fault.
the juice.
The juice.
Yeah.
That guy's like insane. Like how he just made a Twitter when he got out of jail. Hello, Twitter world.
he
Like, dude,
did.
that's insane. You know.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't. I mean, I watched the. Did you guys watch the show? Is it The People versus O.J.
No, I never
Simpson?
saw that.
Nah.
No. Oh, it was a. I mean, it's obviously like they're acting it, but it was a pretty good show, honestly.
Yeah,
was cool
I
to
never
see.
saw that show. What are your Mount Rushmore? That's a Geo thing no matter in no particular order, 4 comfort shows that you wish you always watch.
Like,
you can only watch
comedy?
4 shows.
Can I do comedy?
Anything. 4 shows.
They're gonna be comedy for me.
You can only have 4.
Okay, so for sure Seinfeld.
Yeah,
it's gonna be there. I love The King of Queens. South Park.
Yeah.
Down. One more, huh?
A serious one,
Should I
maybe.
pick a drama? Okay, I'll pick a drama.
It's up to you.
I'll go with Better Call Saul.
Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Breaking Bad. Seinfeld. Sopranos. And definitely, believe it or not, American Dad. I fucking love American Dad.
More than South Park.
You know what it is?
That's crazy.
You know what it is? Is American Dad. It's not better than South Park, but I can definitely say, like, you can watch any episode and it's fine. What like South Park has a story.
In some.
You know?
And the newest ones, you can say. Yeah. But I don't know. I don't know. South Park just holds a special place in my heart. Anyways,
are you excited that, like...
Wait, let's ask H the question.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, I was going to start off with this because I don't think he's even seen 4 shows. Like, no, I'm going to get to this. We're like... Are you excited, like, now with, like, your new career, job, or whatever you want to call it, that you'll have more time to watch shit?
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Because what the show that he's finished is what?
Barry.
You need to watch Barry.
Oh, Barry's fucking badass.
I started, but then I stopped. Because Gio was like, I want to watch it with you. And then he falls asleep, or he needs to go to the gym. So it's kind of those things where I wanted to watch it, and he's like, don't watch it without me. So I stopped, but I definitely have to watch it.
It's fucking badass.
Yeah.
I believe you guys.
Barry, Family Guy. I like Family Guy.
No, we're not judging.
Imagine I am. I'm just kidding.
That's cool.
Look at this retard.
I'm just kidding.
Shit. Nathan, for you.
Oh, that's a good one.
That one too, yeah.
Oh, I have one more, huh? Shit, what's the other one?
That's a good one, Nathan, for you.
Whatever.
Haven't finished it, but Boardwalk Empire.
Boardwalk Empire is really good. It's
only because I like 20 stuff.
Mob
you know?
shit. Yeah. Boardwalk Empire, Steve Buscemi's in it. He's really good.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Gamora.
Gamora's fucking awesome.
It reminds you of the apartments.
Oh, yeah. What a dick. He always says that my apartments are shitty.
No, I never said.
You live in Crenshaw. Like, he's a fucking dick.
Yeah.
There's a show on HBO, which I get it. Subtitles aren't for everyone. But
So
if you look it up, it's critically acclaimed. It's called Gomorrah. And it's about the modern mob in Italy because they're still going, you know? And they have like this season where it's about the alley kids. And the alley kids are like, yeah, there's like the Tony Sopranos, right? They make money and they live badass. But there's like the alley kids, like the kids literally 12 years old selling crack. They open the window and they give a ball of crack to someone and they get money. Like they're struggling, you know? And that season is called The Alley Kids. And the apartments, he says they look like my apartments.
Like we're on the outside. Like we're on the outside.
He's like, what's up, track? Fucking
nah,
alley kid.
I never go that far. I never go that.
Call me an alley kid.
No, I never call him an alley kid. No, never,
He's
never.
trying to tame himself.
No, never. I'm not gonna fucking be disrespectful. I just like saying
Did we
more.
answer the last fan question?
Which one?
I don't know. What was the last one?
Doesn't matter. Oh, I have a dumb one that I have to fucking say.
Which one?
Nia. Would she fuck?
Would she fuck me?
Yeah, would you fuck her?
Oh no, Nia, I'm sorry. I think you're beautiful. But I have a husband, girly.
What?
And I'm not exaggerating. We have a group chat that she's not super unpleasant.
Yeah.
Hey, let me fuck your sister. Hey, let me fucking like. It's so gross, dude. Like it's so gross. Like it's so gross.
And she's only seen me once too,
she's
though.
Like, hey, how mad would you be, huh? If I fuck your sister before I fuck you? And I was like, like, shut the fuck up, dude. Like, I wouldn't be mad. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, no one cares. Like,
It's
okay. I'm flattered. If anything.
But she's not. Do you think that's a Maya?
What?
Like being like a girl that's bi?
No, I think if you're young, why not? If you want to do it. Me, because I was stuck with Gio since the first time. But
stuck.
Honestly,
that's romantic.
Well, not I thought it kind of came out weird. But no, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Let her. How old is she? Like 25?
She's 22. I met her when she was 19. That's funny.
So she's a baby.
She's not a baby. She hates that shit. When I call her a young woman, she hates that shit. She goes, blah.
Well, I mean, I'm 31, so for me, she's a baby.
Yeah. I remember one time when I worked in Pasadena Home Depot, I'll show you the picture later. It was cuando no tenía licencia.
¿Tú?
Yeah, me. Because I got my license late in life. Real OG fans know. And she's like a bad influence, bro. And she was my friend. She's still my friend. And she was like, oh, like, let's drink next time we close. Like, let's drink, dude. She's like, let's drink, dude. Bring some bottles. We'll get fucked up. There's no cameras in garden. Also, so ghetto, like, knowing there's no cameras in garden. And I bring those little fucking wino mini liquor bottles, like a fucking piece of shit. And I bring like a handful of them. Whoa. And then, so we're drinking, not in garden. Craig, shout out Craig. He was like, oh yeah, borrow my car, like take her to McDonald's or something. And then I go and then we're fucking downing the fucking liquor at the parking lot at work. And I'm driving. I'm not supposed to be driving because if I drive a third time without a license, I go to jail. But I wanted to be cool or something. Drinking. And I took her and I'm drinking, dude. Wow. And then I'm drinking and then I'm like fucking taking her to McDonald's. And then I literally asked her, I was like, wait, which one's the gas and which one's the brake? She goes, dude, let me drive. And I was like, nah, I think this one's the brake. So I was bad. And then I come back from work and I fucking drop a pallet on top of the pipes in garden.
Oh, was when you did that?
The store hadn't opened yet. We were prepping for the grand opening.
Is that was because you were drunk?
I think it was because I was drunk.
Yeah, that's so stupid.
Yeah.
You didn't get fired. No,
because Eric, I said his name. Whatever, it doesn't fucking matter.
He doesn't work there.
It's not the military. Yeah, it doesn't work. He doesn't work there.
Yeah, it's not fucking CIA jobs, you know?
He didn't kill Kennedy, you know? And he goes, and Nia tells a story with Crema that I was like fucking panicking. I like to think I wasn't panicking.
I kind of believe Nia though.
She was like, nah, dude. You were like, I'm done. And I was like, fuck it, I'm done. And I called Eric. I was like, hey, Eric, fucking fire me. I'm done. Blah, blah, blah. And I was texting this.
I mean, you sent me the pictures too.
Yeah, I was like, hey, what's up, Lowe's or what? Like Lowe's? Like,
he was already at Lowe's?
Yeah, already, yeah. And he was over there.
I was panicking and she was like, dude, you're like such like a bitch, dude. Like, doesn't fucking matter, bro. Because she's so like that. But I remember that was like a funny fucking Nia story. I just got fucked up. And then, because she fucking is a bad influence. But yeah, that shit's funny, dude. I don't know. That shit's sick. I have one more question. Fun fact, this is I think the second longest episode of all time.
When are you going to have Nia on the pod?
I don't think I can. I don't think she'll ever want to be on.
No?
Nah, she does, but we don't hang out much. Like, in the sense that, like...
We'll go to have a drink with Nia.
She's
have a beer or something.
She's a girl, you know?
What does she like to drink?
Like, I don't think I can hang out with girls like that, you know?
What does she drink? Is she a cocktail girl?
Lemon drop martini. That's my drink, dude.
Wait, that's her drink.
Lemon drop martini, dude. She talks like that.
Jack and Coke is for me.
Jack and Coke.
Jack and Coke.
You don't like beer? What I got on
that's mine?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm good.
What I call?
I took a shot.
Yeah, no, like, her thing with her is, like, it's one of those friendships that, like, definitely it's, like, more texting than it is anything.
Yeah.
But, like, she's definitely, like, one of my close friends. But she's fucking funny. Like, she fucks with Henry a lot, too.
Really?
Like, hey, Henry, let me fuck. like, real quick. Like not RQ.
Like, nah,
RQ. Henry, she goes, I remember one time she sent me a picture, and it wasn't even, like, explicit or nothing. It was just a picture, and she had gone out, and she's like, damn, I look beautiful. I can't believe I haven't been fucked in 2 years. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck? How she'll tell you, Henry, let's fuck. Come on, real quick. Yeah, dude. Like it's like, I can't believe I haven't fucked, dude. I can't believe it. Fuck for me, dude. And I'm like, no, dude, like, I'm not gonna do that. But anyway, I have one more fan question.
One more fan question.
Last one, guys, and then we'll wrap this up. You've been great, by the way.
Thank you.
How is this?
It's cool.
You did a bomb.
Like at first, it was like, oh, it's a little awkward.
When we started doing it, and it was like, welcome to All Talk Podcast.
I think that's the part where I was like, oh, I'm nervous. But no, it's not bad. It's just a conversation.
Yeah.
You're like cringy ass kids.
You guys are easy to talk to. It's not annoying, you know?
Nah.
It doesn't feel like a hassle.
Hey, dude, so what makes up...
Because
like the other podcast.
Did you know that fucking... Did you know that...
Wait, they always say it's always like a fun fact that's not even a fun fact.
Anyway, did you know that Eugenio Derbez is in Shrek en Español?
Fuck Shrek en Español. I'm glad you brought that up right now.
Oh, shit.
I want to say this so fucking with my heart.
Cool.
Say it.
That Shrek en Español is not better than Shrek. Fucking Mike Myers, Eddie Murphy.
It's like we said a Cantinflas movie is better in English than in Spanish.
Oh,
like, it's not. Like, we grew up bice as fuck. I was in ELD my freshman year.
Me too.
I was a kid watching Shrek.
Regular Shrek in English.
The fucking superior. Don't tell me I don't watch Shrek. If it's not in Spanish, I won't be watching it. Then bitch, don't watch. Like, there's no fucking way you're telling me Eddie Murphy That Eugenio Derbez is better than Eddie Murphy as fucking Donkey. Because they say that Donkey's the one that steals the Spanish version. Fuck off. Shrek.
He's good.
Shrek in English is the fucking top tier. And 100%. I love Shrek. I've always loved Shrek, and I'm glad you said that because that pisses me off when people say that. I read on TikTok like, Shrek in Spanish or nothing. And I'm like, bro, like, not even fucking close. Like, you guys are just tasteless. Yeah. I mean, Eugenio Derbez is funny. Don't get me wrong.
In his own ways, exactly. You know? In his own comedy, which is great.
Yeah. No, I feel it's good. It's definitely good. Like, it's a good version.
Are you guys gonna go see it in the
Antonio Banderas as Puss in Boots. It's really good, the Spanish dub version, but also, like, I feel like it's, like, the equivalent
Don't
of,
make
like,
it a thing either.
You're trying to be cute.
Yeah.
You're trying to be cute. It's a bit...
You're just trying to be different, you know?
You're trying to be different, exactly. It's like, oh, because it's cool now.
Yeah.
To be
but, like, 10 years ago, you wouldn't have said that.
10 years ago, you would have never said that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Because, like, also, too, like, when people go, like, oh, we're going to go see Los Tucanes or, like, Los Tigres del Norte, or, like, these bands that are cool. It's like, dude, I know when your mom was bumping that when she dropped you off at school, you were embarrassed.
Yeah, you would put your head down. You know, like, if you lost the WWE title. I was thinking about that
today because I was looking at Jose Leiva's stories. Like,
killing it.
Killing it. And I don't mean to, like, talk about him, but, I mean, it's not that you said that. I thought of him, like, knowing him as a little kid, you know, growing up. He's killing it. And I always thought his family... him, his dad, the Leivas, everybody, they were always like about Mexican music all the time.
Yeah, I'll give them that.
All the time. They were
like
always
straight ranchera, like from Antonio Aguilar.
Norteño, not even Antonio Aguilar, like
well, like banda, like in general,
tamborazo, whatever, right? They just loved it. I remember they were obsessed with it. So it's like, to me, it's like they were always the OGs and they kept to it, and it's cool to see that he's doing the shit that he grew up.
It worked for him.
Never was embarrassed of like, hey, I like this music, because back then you were like, oh yeah, fuck this, like you're a fucking paisa, you're a fucking chunti. You were not cool if you like that, but now it's cool, right? And that's like they were ahead of their time, and they're doing it and they're killing it, and he's doing it, and it's cool to see that he stuck to his like roots, right? Yeah, and it's cool. They're OG, and I give it to them. That.
Yeah, definitely. He was cool because his thing was like, okay, I know I'm lagging to do the podcast with you guys, but I guarantee you I'll be the first. You guys will be the first podcast I'll ever do. And it to this day, it's true. He hasn't done another podcast. And he has shown me DMs of a podcast that I've asked him to be on, and they're like kind of like in our area, and they are like technically bigger than us.
And they're not in our level.
But I fucking give him that respect where... Like, he kept true to his word, like he was on our fucking show.
But what are you gonna talk to him about in another podcast, though? I feel
they're gonna talk about Toxica they've encountered in concerts.
Have you your dick suit backstage?
Yeah, that's all they're gonna fucking do here.
But to me, it's like it's not gonna be special because like you were literally his like friend. Yeah. You were literally.
It wasn't fake, you know.
Exactly.
Like, I didn't like. You know what? Fun fact. I didn't when he was gonna be on. The whole time I was like, "Fuck! Please don't talk about like." Kid me, because going back to like I don't like hearing that shit.
That's great though.
Yeah, and then he told like a story that he was like, oh, remember that one time we were eating cereal,
the prank call one,
and he called like the cereal company. And you were like, oh, you guys have great cereal, and I hung up, which is like not even a prank call; it's a compliment.
That's
you know?
funny.
It says call if any questions or concerns.
Yeah. and I was like, oh fuck, but. Yeah, he was so good, dude, and he was nervous. He was sick that day.
I think throwing in those little.
He was like sick. He was like pale.
He needs to come for another one.
Yeah, he will. He's just busy. I just actually talked to him 2 days ago.
Oh, really?
We voice message sometimes, and he was just like, I asked him a cool question where I was like, because he's always so busy, and I asked him, do you ever feel like you should say no more because you're always busy? And then he was like, honestly, I do say no a lot. He's like, back then I would never say no because I thought like opportunities would never come. But then he said, I thought it was really cool, and I'm not gonna play the audio out of respect for our conversation, but he said something along the lines that like. Your time will come one way or another. Like, don't ever feel like this is your one chance. Like, oh, this collab or this podcast or this song you're doing with someone is your only chance. Like, if you keep grinding, like, it's going to come up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to be undeniable. And I thought that was so cool that he told me that. Yeah, it was like it was like at midnight we're talking. He's in his hotel room. So I definitely fuck with that, and I fuck with him. I'm glad you brought that up. So shout out to them. Shout out to the Leivas. He's fucking killing it.
He's killing with Tav. He's touring with Javi right now.
With Javi, yeah. Javi's red hot right now, and I can't wait for him because he did say that on our podcast that one day he wants to be like the star. You know, he wants to make his own music, and he does make his own music. It's actually really good. And I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. Like, I'll be the first one to buy a ticket to go see him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
same.
100%. Like, we'll fucking go.
The Rosso Pasanato. Razo, because you guys are Razo. I'm Pasanado now.
I know.
We will be there.
That's my brother-in-law, Gio. But yeah, anyway, our last fan question, dude.
Okay.
All right, let's see.
It's actually from us, because we're fans of you and you're fans of us. Yeah. What did you think when we first started the podcast? And like, be honest, like, did you think it was like a phase? Did you think like what did you think then, and what do you think now? And you could be honest.
Honestly, I didn't think it was a phase, because I know you guys. I know the type of people you guys are. I don't think you guys are the people to quit and give up. Personally, I would have, honestly, because this is very hard. Definitely, I know there was a moment where when I talked to Koba about it, that he felt like it was kind of like dying.
Yeah, there's been times when you just see those charts and it worries you,
and it's not even just because of the listens, whatnot. It was kind of like, I guess, how you guys were feeling because of your job, and then his job.
Yeah, it was very hard, just maneuver.
Personal life, right?
Yeah.
So definitely, I never thought, oh, this is gonna suck or this is gonna be over soon. I didn't think it was a little game to you guys at all. But now seeing that you guys actually, put work into it and actually care and buy actually, this whatever audio system, and then the dedication you guys give, pretty much you guys are pretty active on social media too. I don't know. I love it. I think it's great. And I think you guys are going to definitely go somewhere, because you guys have that, spark that you guys, and I don't want to sound like that, but it is true. Like my brother, he's very passionate, and you're going 2H, because now that you have more time and you guys are going to have, doors are going to open. And if they don't, keep trying and keep pushing. It's going to happen.
We never.
And I was honored to be in this pod.
Of course.
Thank you.
But yeah, definitely there are moments where like it's dead, but then like cool shit happens, like fucking like
then it pops.
Brendan Schaub fucking talks to us.
That's what I was gonna say right now.
And he gives us a fucking bottle and shit like that, where I'm like, okay, maybe these other podcasts might not fuck with us because we're not part of their agenda, and that's fucking fine,
These are different.
But then it's like, but this guy who's a way bigger star, whether you like him or not, way bigger star fucks with us. I'm like, okay, well then. And so it's cool, like seeing like he still replies to our messages and shit.
Oh really?
Yeah, he does.
And like
That's
I said,
cool.
I'm not just banking on that thing, but it's definitely like I agree with you. Like I feel like it'll happen. Like definitely, like I tell people all the time, like I will not retire at a job, like 100%. Like I've had dreams. I've had dreams where I buy you a fucking Porsche. I've had dreams of like fucking crazy shit like
Can't
that.
wait for
And
my
like
Porsche.
I know you're gonna be like such a bitch driving, like not letting people in for sure.
Nah, let him in. I don't
you're the
wanna
worst
get hit.
driver in the family, and it's
Hell
okay.
no, what
And it's
the
okay.
fuck? I've
No,
never
mom's
gotten-
worse because she
I've
texts
never
and
gotten a
drives.
ticket or stopped or anything.
I'm worse. I watch YouTube videos and drive.
That is bad. I could never do that.
Yeah. You don't give a fuck so much that like cops.
But
don't
they can't
care.
even see me because sometimes I don't even wear my belt. They can't even see me.
No se ponen el belt.
No, because of my windows are tinted. So that's what's cool. Like
Yeah.
I'm on my
Wear your belt.
Oh, I forget, but like when I'm pulling off my driveway and I see a cop, I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Last time I was trying to put it on last minute and he was coming towards me, like, we can't even see me.
Yeah, but I really fucked with this episode. I think it was great. H, tell them where they can find us, where they can talk to us. And
They could find us, email us, DM us at offtopicpodcast34@gmail.com.
It's the same everywhere.
Follow us on Instagram, offtopicpodcast34. And yeah, feel free to
We should have a
DM us.
special next.
A what?
Integrity special?
Integrity
A weed
special.
one? Yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Hell yeah, I'm down, dude. I'm always down. I was gonna say, like, this was
Sorry,
really...
H, I didn't mean to
No,
cut you
no,
off.
no.
Sorry, I just popped in my head.
No, this was really good.
That's a cool idea.
I'm down to do this, like, whenever you're free. And, like, fucking... Because it's cool
Yeah.
having, like, a fucking
I could be
different perspective.
whenever you guys take
like
a
sidekick
vacation
or something, yeah.
maybe I should do like some type of what is it called?
Oh, we'll talk about that. Because he fucking The Rocked you and you try to finish your story. You were going to be on the pod. And he fucking shut
I
that
did
down.
it.
Oh.
I did it.
Let her explain,
Oh my
let her
god!
explain.
And then
Let
I'll
her
explain mine. I'll explain mine. All right.
Well, because you were gonna come, because
He had been missing a lot.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, because H was busy with work, and I was gonna be like the co-host
And I was mad.
for that day. And then we were actually already ready. I had like my little notes.
I
and
didn't know
everything.
about it.
And then Esteban was like, "Oh wait, never mind." H didn't really take kind. Like he was.
Ceci-
He
No,
kinda
I didn't know.
Or my words, se sintió.
Te sentiste, because
No, the
he's
thing-
like, "Oh, it's her first
Wow.
episode, and she's not, and I'm not gonna be there," type of thing.
And also, it was like, oh, you had just done a solo one. And then the next one's going to be not with me.
Yeah, because then it was gonna be like, oh, well, like,
Where is he?
yeah, now it's gonna be like, cause that week I was already getting questions like, oh, well, where the fuck were you, like from
Oh,
people?
really?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
and DMs
Okay.
and like texts. I even have texts. I'm like, fuck, like I missed one. Imagine if I miss another one. Like, then it's gonna be like, where the fuck is this food?
Where's H?
Yeah, it's gonna be like, well, where the fuck is my part? You know, like.
Yeah, and then she was just funny, like, me dejaron plantar. Nah. Te dejaron en el altar. What'd you say? Like,
yeah. Nah, but that's
joking.
but that's all like, now we all are one.
I'm glad we waited. I'm glad we waited. It was better like that.
But that was just the reason why, because like, fuck, like he I didn't know about this, and then all these fools are fucking telling me. I didn't expect that, but like people were always fucking telling me, like, oh, how can you miss? You know?
You guys have like people that.
Yeah, people, because there's people that are very like.
From where? Where are your regulars mostly?
We have a kid.
SGV, Vegas.
Yeah, obviously SGV. And
we have a kid? Teenagers?
We have
like a lot, yeah.
We have like high school kids that like.
Oh, really? Keep
and we don't
going
talk
to
to
school,
them like that, but yeah.
They're rebels.
Yeah.
Graduate at least high school.
Graduate at least high school and don't do fence and all drugs.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't.
Stick to weed and beer and you'll be fine.
I don't want to see you guys in angel wings. At least be old already when you're in those, you know.
Yeah, like overdose when you're fucking 28, you know. But when you're 16, like, oh damn,
too early.
Derek took 4 bars of Xanax and he died. Like,
yeah, no
shit, dude. But yeah, message to the kids. What about you? Say a message before you leave.
To the kids?
Say, to everyone listening right now, what do you have to say?
To
the Off Topic Army. You're a former Soldier of the Year, by the way.
I know I was.
And my
husband is jealous that I was. He says I don't deserve it. That I should get the title taken away. And I didn't even, the Off Topic podcast didn't even give us anything. You guys didn't give us a shirt, something.
I'm exposing us
like
badass.
a little fucking Dundee, like The Office, like something.
I know. What's a new era now?
I'm surprised you guys didn't choose The Office as one of your top 4, actually. Because I know you guys are real fans of it.
Yeah, we are real fans.
It's because we're real fans of it.
Nah, but
we were ahead of our time.
Yeah, I know. But I know, but I'm surprised you guys didn't want to claim that, you know? Because you guys do deserve that.
You know what it is? It's because...
And it is a great show.
It's good, but it wasn't good all the way.
No.
Oh, you said when Steve Carell left, right?
It was good, but it wasn't.
It wasn't the same. It was the same.
There's just better shows. Like Seinfeld's a better show as a sitcom, and The King of Queens.
Oh, I forgot to put Curb.
You're always on your phone when I play Curb.
Nah, I'm not.
I have to tell him. I have to tell him.
No. I'm gonna record myself next time. Nah.
You're on your phone a lot.
No, I'm not. That's stupid. That was old me.
He didn't drop that pallet like I had something.
He was stressed out.
Like Mongolito on his phone. Like,
that's stupid. Nah, my phone's always dead.
But anyway, you didn't get to say your message. What's your message to the Off Topic Army? Everyone. Whatever in the world.
To new listeners, old listeners, I want to say thank you for listening to my family, my brother Koba. I really think you guys have good taste. If you're here, you definitely have good taste in some type of whatever conversation, comedy content, because it does get boring. The same fucking shit all over again. Sad converse. I mean, whatever. We got a little dark, right? But it's okay to get dark. It's just you guys have good taste. Keep listening and keep supporting. Definitely, obviously, also message them whenever they say, hey, suggest this. Ask good questions. Come on, you guys.
Ask good questions.
Be smart.
Oh, you guys are hot. Oh, when's the OnlyFans coming out? Fuck you. You're never invited to the yacht party and Off Topic.
That's actually pretty funny.
Bullshit. Nah, but we hear it all the time, dude.
It's funny, but it's just overplayed.
But keep listening, and we're here, and we're an army because we all have something in common, and we like comedy, and here we are, and I'm proud of you guys.
Oh yeah, thank you,
Claudia, for those
words. We're proud of you too, and we're gonna take care of you one day.
Hell yeah!
Don't ever forget that. We'll have a Porsche. Anyway, guys, I'm Koba the Gorilla.
And I'm H.
And who are we?
The Off Topic Podcast.
And we are out. Thank you, guys.
I didn't think it was almost 2 hours.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I'm not joking.
Can you like preview the beginning or no? We're saving right now.
No, I'll just have him save it.
Make sure you save it.
No, we'll save it. Fuck, yeah, we're not doing this shit again. If it deletes, we're like, fuck that, we're going home, dude.